Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
Good evening, and welcome to Saturday Night Art Stream with your host, Mike S. Miller. Shortly to be joined by one Elliot Fernandez. Where are you? Elliot's having a little problem in his neck of the woods because of this insane garbage stuff going on with these rioters. So if you can keep Elliot in your prayers, that would be great. Is he safe? He's safe right now. They're not like on his doorstep, but his neighborhood's having some issues. Anyway, I hope he doesn't mind me telling you that, and he can let me know right now.
What's up, everybody? Can you hear me?
How are you? I can hear you just fine. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you. Yep.
Wonderful. Thank you for joining us tonight, Elliot.
Hey, man, I appreciate it. Very, very strange times. Very strange times.
Strange days indeed. Why don't you clue the family in on what's happening in your neck?
Yeah. So I live, as you guys know, I live in Tampa, Florida. About 5 miles away from the University of South Florida. And there's currently, I don't know of any other time since I've been living here where anything like this has ever happened. But we have our version of what's been happening over in Minneapolis and around the country. We have, there's a couple of cities, that's another city that's not too far away from us, and they've had some challenges or some potential challenges. But right now, we're having the brunt of it here, and I'm a little concerned because I live not that far away from an area that's typically kind of a rough spot, and I just want to be ready for it. So I'm going to probably be hanging out awake, working all night. I'll try to be productive while I work, but I'm just keeping an eye on the news on Facebook on our local NBC channel right now.
All right,
and it's crazy, man. It's disturbing to see like a gas station on fire, man. I not in Tampa. You got people, oh man, people breaking in. This looks like it must have been a drugstore.
Oh, you watching your Facebook thing?
Yeah.
Some of the stuff from earlier. That's your gas station you go to?
No, not me. Although that's when they broke into the Golden Diamond store. That's it. Yeah, man.
Golden Diamond.
Yeah, it's very disappointing. It's what happened to the gentleman that was clearly
murdered.
I'm sorry, guys. I'm just like, I see stuff. I'm like, oh my God, this is an area I frequently go to do shopping. Not that far away from me, and obviously that gentleman's memory deserves to be
honored.
What happened to deserves to have a spotlight put on it via what I hope is a peaceful protest. And they're lighting fireworks now and stuff. But this is not a firework. Looks like some sort of explosive.
John Wick says, Jerkmonger, do you need reservations? I can come with pencils or guns. Lots of guns.
Yeah, no, don't worry. We're not ready for John Wick yet. Appreciate it though, John. Yeah, I just like I said, it's just a very surreal experience to see what's happening down there, and unfortunately, what hurts the most is that guy's not being remembered in this. This is completely different.
Yeah, I don't think most of those people that are doing this crap even know his name.
Yeah. I mean, I barely remember his name. Isn't it Bush? Is that his name? George Bush. George Bush?
What?
No, stop that.
No, it's not that.
Somebody they call it. I think his first name is George, though, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember his last name. I was talking about him all day, and then all of a sudden I'm just seeing this stuff. I'm just like, wow.
George Floyd.
George Floyd. Yes. Yeah. Why Bush? Oh, because you know why? Because this is close to Busch Gardens for us.
Ah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh God.
So you weren't like just wishing harm on George Bush.
No. But that's what we have here.
Just checking.
That's
That's cool, John. John Wick,
What?
cancel it. Cancel
Sorry, John. Okay, thanks. Thank you, John. Thank you. Put the pencils away.
A lot of people from out of town.
Oh my God. Anyway, so I appreciate you guys that are concerned for me. I really do appreciate that. That's very kind of you guys. And you know, I'm hanging out in Jerkmonger Studio live in what is normally sunny Tampa Bay, but
It's not normally sunny at this time of night.
not this time, right? And certainly not sunny in our. Oh man. It's you know, it's funny, Mike. We were talking earlier, and now all of a sudden I'm feeling like emotional over my city. You know.
Mm. Yeah, I get it.
I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Took all the shoes.
Just a shame, man. You know, this is not what we were about. We're not about this. I understand why people are angry, but this is not anger anymore. This is
organized.
Yeah.
This is taking what did they say? Never let a tragedy go to waste, or something like that.
Yeah.
That's what they're doing. This is Acorn. This is Antifa. This is the 99% whatever. This is all the same stuff. They just have a new reason of the day to just go try to tear down society. It's pathetic.
They're just watching, waiting for those opportunities to blow that up and to create. And that's why it's so important that, you know, we as Americans maintain our composure as much as possible. You know, we don't need to add to the commentary. We understand what's going on. Try to be agents of peace, and it's not because I'm necessarily a pacifist or anything like that. It's because, look, if God can desire to reason with us, who has the most reason to be angry, we can stay calm and just try to remember that we're all made of clay.
Truth.
Oh man, Tampa Bay, man, Tampa Bay, West Coast,
Tampa Bay, FLA.
Gee whiz, man. So I'm just trying to I'm gonna be up for a while, just kind of like keeping watch.
I thought I'd keep Elliot up with him. That's I thought I'd stay up with Elliot.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Help keep him up.
You can, don't stay up too long.
Sharon is sending prayers for you and your family.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much. We covet that. Absolutely.
Imani wants to know, I had a cop in our nearby city overreach their duties recently. Does this mean I get to go break and enter into stores too? Sorry, it doesn't work in Canada. Eh? Although it does. I thought I saw a news article about a city going kind of ballistic in Canada too. Can anybody got was that an old article or was that something else? Can we switch off the footage? All right.
Yeah.
You got it. It's just me and the Hulk.
Yeah. Oh, I'm switching my camera around so we can so you can enjoy some artwork.
Also, they hosing down the protesters yet? Oh, I saw a wonderful clip where the cops were literally doing a drive-by shooting with rubber bullets. I'm like, there you go.
Where was that at?
Dallas.
Oh my God.
Rubber bullet drive-bys. I never thought I'd see cops doing the drive-bys, but I think with the rubber bullets, that's passable because they're trying to disperse
like an old Spanish lady. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Santa Maria.
Oh Dios mío.
Oh Dios mío. Toronto parents are blaming police for a mentally disturbed woman falling out of a building. How do you blame the police for that? This led to protests. Okay, well, that's Canada for you, I guess. I think, were they just looking for an excuse to join our protests? It's all orchestrated by Soros and the deep state. A lot of it is. I think so.
Someone has heart attack. I blame the police.
Yeah, I tend to think that way as well.
Mm-hmm.
It's unfortunate. There are definitely people out there who are using these type of situations and to capitalize on them for opportunities that are clearly not in the best interest of humanity. And I can't help but, when I was a kid, growing up in New York City, I got a very healthy dose of Black history, and especially around the time of the February month of Black history, and we just learned so much. And one of my favorite personalities always is Martin Luther King. And he wasn't a perfect man, but he was a good man, and he did some important things. And I just don't. This is not how we do it, man. This is just not how we do it. And this is. But this is what they were saying. If we don't, I don't know. I can't even imagine what some people really have experienced, right? But this right here is just, man, and the worst time ever, right? Because this is with all the stuff with the virus and all the potential, the back and forth and the distrust. This is going on,
Mm-hmm.
And then on top of it, oh man, so this feels like a setup. I hate to say that. I hate to be that guy, but I can't help it because that's my Puerto Rican spider sense is tingling.
That just feels like they're waiting for something to happen. They're waiting for frankly a black guy to get killed by a white cop. Because it happens. They just need it on film. And yeah, it was a crap situation. Nobody's gonna deny that. Nobody who saw the video, nobody with a lick of sense in their head is gonna deny that. But to use that as an excuse to try to burn down civilization is just, it's so beyond asinine. It isn't even.
Well, it's evil.
Yeah.
It's evil.
Yeah.
That's this is almost like an opportunity to kind of harken back to a time when we understood the difference and make our choices based on what is right and good. And you don't have to be overtly religious necessarily either for all that. It's just know who your neighbors are. We could get through anything if we spend any time just being reasonable with each other and let's talk this out. But this is why it's so important that we practice self-control and all that kind of stuff. I'm not always good at it. I know that's true, but this is why it's important to practice it.
Oh no, Elliot, you're a very angry person.
Oh, I'm very angry. I get angry quite a bit, but then now that they're not showing any live footage, it's funny because they keep showing the same footage of all the worst stuff, and that's not helpful either. I wish they wouldn't do that.
It bleeds, it leads, bro.
Yeah.
You know the rules. It bleeds, it leads.
So it's time to chew bubblegum and take names and I'm all out. Is that how it goes? Kick butt. Chew bubblegum and kick butt and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Yeah, I think that was very close to accurate, so I won't correct you.
It'll be all right. We're gonna get through this. We just gotta get through the night and see what happens.
Whatever gets you through the night. Yeah, unless they keep doing it tomorrow.
Huh?
I said unless they go again tomorrow night.
Do you think it's gonna happen again?
I don't know. It's growing I don't know how many cities it is now, but it seems like it's growing every night, right?
Yeah. I prefer to just sit in my studio and not even watch the news, but I can't help it now.
Yeah.
Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back in.
That's right.
I'm coloring Kevin's song art.
I noticed that. I saw it. I wonder how Kevin's doing.
I'm just laying down flat colors right now.
Whatever gets you through the night, it's all right. It's all right. It's your money all your life. Wait, is that the right lyric? I don't remember.
Oh, that?
I'm trying to remember the lyrics, but it's all good. It's all good. We're just doing some wonderful artwork now. We're doing.
Thank you, Pablo. I appreciate that. Thank you, Migs. Appreciate that. Everybody's so good, man. I love you guys.
Yeah,
I really do love you guys, man. I appreciate all these. We've kind of gotten to know each other over the last couple of years, and I just appreciate. A lot of you have been super kind and very supportive of me and my family. I'm sure Mike would agree, and we really just very grateful for you guys. And
we have a wonderful fellowship.
Yeah, it's good stuff, man. Just want to get this squared away for Kevin so he can have a nice art. I told him I hope he does puts it in the Is he going to put back matter at all? Has he talked about that?
I don't know what his plans are for that particular.
So it'd be pretty cool to put the black and white and the final color when I'm done. And along with other art, I'm thinking about. I commented on this on a recent stream I did on Instagram. I'm thinking about doing my own version of an art contest, and pick some people, run the contest and let people put in art, and then, have that be some of the stuff I put in there in Doom Kicker.
Oh, okay.
I really like that idea when other people have done it. I remember Kim did something like that, and that's pretty cool. We got so many people that are actively good at and practicing artists out there in the community. It's kind of cool to see them emerge that way.
Yeah, legit. It's funny, huh? It's like something about this particular, it's not like everybody who watches movies, or a large percent of people who watch movies want to be artists. But it seems like a large percentage of people who read comic books want to be artists, right? Or they are artists that want to be comic book artists. Isn't it funny? Like this art form in and of itself somehow lends itself towards creative people.
Well, I think it goes back to the concept that, comics is an achievable solution in terms of entertainment and media. I mean, it may take you time, and that's always something to consider. But if you have the ability, if you can draw, if you can hold a pencil and draw, and you have a way to put it together, especially now with online, you really can make your own thing happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm certainly happy to see that people are taking advantage of that sort of thing and making the effort to put together something for themselves. It's like I tell people all the time. I can't guarantee it'll be successful, but I can guarantee that it won't be if you don't do anything. So,
sure.
And you know me, Mike. You know how
it's the old lottery Logan. You can't win if you don't enter.
Right, exactly.
Logan. That's not a word. Slogan.
Oh, I understood. I was using my powers of perception.
It was the Lotto motto. What?
Who? What?
They have protests in La Mesa, which is about how many miles from here is that? 4 miles from here.
What?
That's ridiculous.
Well, that's what they closed down the store.
So now more than ever, love the one you're with. Give them a hug. Love your kids.
I'm going to La Mesa with my guns.
Okay.
So I'm going to La Mesa with my guns.
Stay with your family. Keep them safe for now. Oh my goodness.
I got birdshot. I could use that. Right? Non-lethal.
I've got regular rounds and I've got hollow points.
Yeah, my I got 380 that's just got hollow points. I've got shotgun I got birdshot, I got buckshot. I got oddly I have a 22 Magnum with which sounds just ridiculous that there's such a thing as a 22 Magnum.
I know.
It just uses these really long cartridges. Like
That's
so
that sounds like what do you call it? Men in Blacks. Was it the little?
oh, that little pea shooter thing. Yeah. It shoots really small bullets, but they go really fast. But that also, I also have birdshot rounds for that. So, interestingly,
You know, it's funny. I always wanted to get a shotgun.
Yeah.
It's gonna turn into Mad Max. You have to
Well, I
have
can afford it. One day, I'll be urban assault jerkmonger. That's fun. I brought up the other day, yesterday, right? We were talking about G.I. Joe, and now I'm like, I'm remembering all the old action figures with the extra costumes. Like, oh yeah, Desert Assault Duke, Desert Assault jerkmonger.
Are they burning stuff? They're not burning stuff.
They're not showing any footage right now, which is really concerning to me.
They burned a car. They're burning a car in downtown La Mesa.
In your area.
We just went for a walk there last week.
When was that?
Why the people are so stupid?
I don't know. It's okay.
Well,
Right?
it's just a car. Don't burn anything else.
Is it what?
I said, as long as it's just a car, don't burn anything else.
Nothing.
You know, I'll let you guys in on a little secret about the Asian community.
Yes. I'm very excited. I'm pumped up.
When things aren't going well or they want to remodel their businesses.
You're just making assumptions.
Okay.
Okay, this may be an assumption.
Am I going to get in trouble for being near
But
you?
they totally burn down their own restaurants.
What?
Yeah. My friend was talking about it because he's Vietnamese, and he's like, this restaurant down here, K Sandwich. Well, there's no evidence. This is all speculation. I already said it. It's too late. I can't take it back now.
No.
Oh, Michael.
So what? I don't know any of those people. It's illegal. If they did it, then they should be investigated.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
You have to say anything.
So during this time of horrible economic despair, our favorite Chinese restaurant happened to burn down too.
No.
Yeah,
Oh, that's a shame.
just kind of out of the blue. Just
Oh, yeah?
burned down.
Out of the blue? It was not a big deal.
While restaurants were all closed, mind you, and no one was allowed to work there,
Oh,
was a good time for it to burn down.
that makes sense.
Probably a
That
good
makes
time for them to, get the insurance money and remodel as well. But that's a lot of speculation, I think.
Yeah. Listen, man. The truth is, we can be great, and we can be terrible.
We can be heroes.
I wish we would pick great more often, but life doesn't always afford us those opportunities. So
I always pick great. It just doesn't always pick me back.
Well, yeah. I've been great at messing things up.
Oh yeah.
Great at things. I've ruined a lot in my life. God knows.
Snarky Weezer says everyone is angry, and Jeff Potts says I'm not angry. But now Snarky Weezer is angry at Jeff Potts for saying that, and now Jeff Potts is getting angry at Snarky Weezer. Mr. Dennis Pocket says I'm terribly great. Samurai Sid says I'm keeping my corner pizza joint open. Of course, the beer bug didn't really change that.
They call the beer bug.
The beer bug.
Why is
And that the beer bug. I don't know. I never understood that phraseology. Snarky says, "No, I am not angry. I'm just playing around." Snarky. Right through says, "If this garbage goes on for a few more days, I might have to start digging up some special items I buried, sealed in polythene."
Take it easy. Take it easy. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. I just said that like Matt Weldon. We're not there yet. We're not there yet. I'm getting confused because I'm looking at the chat in Facebook, and I'm like, wait, when people are really aggressively talking to me here. Oh no, that's them. Comics Bear. Aloha, Mike. Hey, Trickmonger, and great chat. Greetings, chat. Yeah. We are here, y'all. So, guys, check it out. I am doing. I'm working on Kevin Sharp's Dawn Guard art. Guard of the Dawn.
And I am working on the secret project, so don't ask.
Don't ask Mike about his secret stuff.
However, I do want to update everyone. I keep forgetting to actually do an update on the campaign, but I guess it doesn't really matter. My shipping schedule was bumped up to Monday instead of Wednesday, so my 3,300 pounds of books will be arriving here on Monday, and so therefore I will be closing my campaign on Monday. So if you want it, it's open till Monday. Come and get it. Dig up the bug out stash. Oh yeah.
I gotta figure out this color here.
Weldon has a bug out backpack, right? One of his big, expensive, fancy backpacks is filled with bug out material.
He's scary to me sometimes.
Where is that? Was that La Mesa?
Yeah, that was the big earlier.
Well,
You're going down, I think we're by Jones Rock Center.
I mean, why La Mesa? What a ridiculous place to hold a protest. Go downtown. Go away. La Mesa. La Mesa's like this tiny little chill village.
Not anymore.
Well, I think it might be
Right.
more over by the other side, by the Joan Crocker.
I'm trying to find a good.
Oh, over by college?
Yeah.
Towards college?
What color?
Hmm.
I need a good tan.
He's trying to explain to me, okay? So leave me alone, Elliot.
I'm sorry. Leave me alone. I'm a family man.
They said,
And my bark is much worse than my bite.
Because it's my life. Bum, bum,
that
bum,
sounds
bum.
fishy.
Oh,
But-
I'm sorry. I was singing the wrong song.
Out of town to protest.
People are coming from out of town to protest. Yes, that does sound fishy.
They said in Georgia, people were mostly from out of town.
In Georgia, people were mostly from out of town, she says.
A lot of people. Like probably shipped in from the bus in George.
It's the George Soros protesters. Where do they get these people from?
Dude,
That's got to take a lot of organization. I want to know. I want to see the buses rolling in.
Project Veritas, baby. Oh, you talking about that?
Yeah.
Oh, it don't take much. I couldn't. I don't know, man. I guess if you want to change,
On the bridge.
was it fundamentally change America?
We're just 2 weeks away from fundamentally changing America. No, you're not.
Because we're going to turn it around and we're going to start winning again.
There you go.
That's right. They run ads, Mike. Oof. Who are the people who are like checking Craigslist every day for where to go protest?
No,
I don't know. How weird is it?
They're fighting?
Uh,
What am I saying?
they're trying to
this though.
not let them through, but
Well, I gotta turn on my camera. I'm afraid it's gonna stop my thing. I'm gonna have to come back in. Just come out and come back in. Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. Camera settings. I need to keep things simple. Oh, cool. It didn't change. Good. Sometimes when I jump in with the camera, I think what it is when we're doing the how often do we Do you always do drawn and quartered from
StreamYard?
yeah?
Or
I wonder if that is the reason why maybe I'm on there. Maybe I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know. It's okay.
I cannot answer your questions.
All right, I need to look up Dawn Guard, Party Extreme.
Wait, what guard?
Dawn Guard. Sounds like Dawn, right? I think I actually said that.
Sounds like dong.
What? Michael.
Like you're saying.
Michael. Shame. For shame.
Look, they're on the
For food. Dawn Guard.
Yes.
8 West.
When I was a kid,
Oh, they were the protesters were on the highway trying to stop traffic. I'm sorry, but if you're on the highway and you get run over, I really have very little sympathy for you because you're on the highway.
hey, it's not Dawn Guard, it's Dragon Guard. What am I doing?
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm like, why?
Dawn Guard is from Skyrim. Hey man, come into slack, baby.
All right. We will cut Elliot a little bit of snack for being such a degenerate tonight.
Cut me a little snack. I'm hungry.
I just had some loco moco. My wife made some loco moco for us for dinner.
Man, he's done pretty good. He's at 38,571 right now.
He's killing it.
Yeah, good job.
Killing it. Dragon Guard, no dogs involved. Yeah.
I still challenge him on these colors, though. On these costumes. How dare you?
Costumes. Why? Hello, Dragon. No news for you. Well, in these one, nobody gave us a thing. As I said, the great difference is that your economy was okay before the virus, but ours wasn't, and now things are going down. You know what's not going down right now, Elliot?
What's not going? No. No, tell me, Michael.
Bitcoin.
Bitcoin party extreme.
Yeah. So I changed my my Twitter my Twitter, you know, that little thing that goes after your name. You know, you have your name and then there's your little statement or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I changed mine to always right eventually.
Oh, Michael. You almost made me throw up. My children. It's okay. You're entitled. You're entitled to be right sometimes. I'm just, what am I to say?
Yeah. And then Fan Advocacy Network read that and he said, "You were right about Bitcoin too, Mike." I'm like, yep, I am.
Makes sense. Get it while it's hot.
If you want it. Here it is. Come on, Elliot. Sing that song.
If you want it, here it is. Come and get it. Scrams.
You only know it from the commercial, don't you?
That's all I know it. I almost sang "Up Ahead is Texaco."
You uncultured swine.
I am uncultured. I never lied about that. I never promised to have culture. Only that I come from a culture.
Every culture has a culture. Yogurt has many.
Yogurt has culture. Oh, I fell for it. Okay. Oh, no. Let's do this here real quick. I'm just laying down flats, y'all. How dare you? How dare you, hand?
Bitcoin does not burn like trading cards. This is true. This is accurate.
What's that?
She said Bitcoin does not burn like trading cards. I don't know why she made the comparison to trading cards, but it is still accurate.
Well, because, kids.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
He's got, okay. I should have picked a brighter color for this. Let me,
Samurai Sid says, uncultured monger?
Yes, please. Uncultured
That's right.
monger? Yes.
That's right. So what is What is the staple of your culture, food-wise? Like, in Japan, it's like rice and fish.
Yeah, we've got a lot of I don't want to get into the history of Puerto Rico, but
It's Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
It's well, that's a good question. It's obviously some of the stereotypical discussion is like, rice and beans and stuff like that. But it's Puerto Rico is a very was before it was conquered by the Spaniards, was very what's the word I'm looking for? What do you call it when it's a lot of farmers? It was a farming
agrarian.
Is that what you call that?
Yes.
Yeah, sure. And so a lot of our stuff comes from plants. We still maintain some of that as part of our custom, like the certain plants that are roots are a big deal that are native to the island.
Like what?
Like, you ever heard of yucca?
Yucca, no. What is that like?
Yucca it's actually, it's funny. Growing up, I wasn't really I didn't grow up in Puerto Rico. I grew up in New York. And I didn't have that same connection to my heritage that way, because I was, like I said, I was raised American that way.
How many generations out are you from? Like, my mom's first generation Japanese, so she's...
Yeah, my dad, my mom, they're both first generation. My mother moved. Well, I don't know if you count it this way, but she moved to Puerto Rico when she was 6. But then my father moved when he was 18, and they met somewhere in the middle. And so he, I part of it was they were concerned that they didn't want me to get left back in school because of a language barrier, so they didn't teach me Spanish first, which I'm very glad for. Even though I gave them a hard time as I got older, I was really trying to kind of like connect with my culture and heritage. And I was like, how come you guys didn't teach me Spanish? Because I
don't speak Japanese, dude.
Huh?
Same reason I don't speak Japanese.
Yeah. But you kind of, in a way, almost, I learned along the way, because I grew up in Spanish churches, and the church that I grew up in, it was a very regular meeting, you might say, and it was always church and during the week. So I got a lot of it in Spanish, and I eventually kind of made the connection, figured what they were saying. Oh, okay. So I just kind of taught myself and taught by what I was hearing in sermons and stuff. So flash forward, my family, they didn't always know what to do with me because I couldn't speak English. So here's a funny story before I get into the food stuff. So there's you know how we say, like, in English, we might say, give me 5, or whatever the expression is that works. In Spanish, it's chocala. Like choca means to, like, hit, right? So it's almost like saying hit me, but give me some that kind of concept.
Yeah.
And my cousin says chocala. So what I heard was
hit me.
No, I heard, what do you want? Well, before I'm going to reveal this in a second. I think some people are going to figure it out in a moment. I said, are you sure? See? And he was getting offended because I wasn't giving him a high five. And I'm like, okay. So I wrapped my hands around his throat and started to choke him.
Oh.
I heard choke me out.
Choke me out.
do it like John Wick. Yeah. So I tried to John Wick him, and he ends up yelling. This is when we were kids. He starts screaming. No, he starts telling his dad that he's never going to stay here again. I never want to see him again. Years. He got over it though after time went on. Anyway, so but now I kind of especially am excited about. I've been opening up my palate, if you will, to more Puerto Rican cuisine. And it's hard to talk about it though, because VM says means crash it. I don't know what that means, crash it exactly, but it might have just been slang. That was what they were using. but it's hard for me a little bit to talk so much about it because I just now started to kind of enjoy some of this food. I was always kind of I just prefer basic, pizza, hot dogs,
Yeah. New yak food.
Huh?
New yak food.
Sure. But anyway, so things like yucca yucca is really funny because it doesn't really have a lot of flavor. I didn't like it that much. But it's like my cousin prepared it for me recently, and he did it like a fried plantain.
Uh-huh.
Holy mackerel, that thing tastes fantastic. But it's just going to give you a heart attack. I don't know even why I tried, but it's really good. And then, what you're supposed to do, I think you boil it, and then, or you fry it. It's fried, I think, and go from there. But in New York, though, a lot of the food is, I grew up in a very low income scenario, so a lot of the food that we ate we consider, like, I go to this Peruvian restaurant here from time to time. God willing, still be there, but it's they serve fried eggs on rice, and that's just very ghetto cuisine.
I love fried eggs on rice.
Oh, it's so good, so good. As an example, or we got a corned beef. My mom made that a lot for us. Corned beef and hash type of stuff. Beans. Let me see. What are some other things? A lot of, I don't know. In my dad's town, though, my dad grew up on the west side of the island, and it was in a town called Isabela, and it's right along the beach. So it's basically the Puerto Rican version of San Diego.
Nice.
And he spent a lot of time in fishing. He was a very, and my other cousins they all grew up in the same area, so there was a lot of, like, beach was a big deal for them, and fish, and in particular pulpo. What do you call that stuff?
Poop?
No, pulpo is
Pulp?
Squid. Oh no, octopus. So they were eating a lot of kind of stuff from the harvesting from the ocean and things like that. Pretty cool.
Nice.
So yeah, that's
Fred, yes.
Chris. Oh,
Elliot,
Chris.
you forgot about the spam and eggs. Spam and tang.
Spam that was a big deal.
Spam's not Puerto Rican. Spam is Hawaiian.
Well, yeah, but we eat it a lot.
Yeah, and New York.
A lot to the Hawaiian economy of spam.
I don't think Spam's actually Hawaiian, but they eat a lot there.
Us poor people boosted the economy, Mike. Come on.
How you doing? You safe in your neck of the woods?
Yeah, I was in Tampa earlier today. I was in St. Petersburg. I told my wife, make sure there's no protest over there before we go. She's like, it's good. And then just a few minutes ago, I saw there was a protest over there.
Yeah, it's going on right now. I got my what do they call that, hand cannon, ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, baby.
You gonna start shooting shirts at people?
Elliot's got his blunderbuss in it.
I got more than that.
He's gonna start shooting copper markers at them.
No, those are my ninja stars.
So what you guys up to?
We're just gonna chill and work and keep Elliot safe and awake so that it has to whip out his old trusty hand cannon.
Yeah, it's over there it's not that far from me, Chris. It's like about 4 or 5 miles away.
Really?
5.2 miles. It's far away.
Boy,
That Mike's problem.
You should keep your hand cannon closer than that.
Yeah.
I have it right here. I'm not going to show it, but I have it right here.
That's the joke. You said it was far away. Never mind.
You don't have tasers?
I'm just because we live very close to another community where I can see that going sideways fast too. Trying to keep everybody honest. Let's see. Okay. See, I'm resisting the urge to paint this. We're thinking about this as a general flat conversation, Mike. Like if we start off
flats,
huh?
If you're doing flats, but are you going to drop any funky shading in there?
Yeah, I'm starting like this I like the idea of like right on screen is showing like orange. It's not. It's actually red on full. Like, here, let me this enlarge. Yeah, it's red all around.
There you go. It looks good.
Ah, okay.
Except for that part, it's looking orange. Why? Oh, maybe it's against the light or something.
You know what it is? You're using iridescent colors.
Think so? So I'm thinking that, but I do like the orange concept there, though. That's kind of fun.
Yeah, it is like a flame or the red skies.
Yeah. That's interesting about flame. That's a good. There you go, Chris. There you go, Chris.
Yeah, it's natural creative genius. You know how that goes.
Bro, I totally get it, man.
I'm trying to figure out if I'm trying to write this story. I'm trying to figure out if I'm gonna do a novel with it. It's really good. I like it.
Good. Keep that writing up, man.
Yeah. It's a half angel, half demon, Viking. You know.
Wait, he's half angel, half demon.
Yeah, he's being raised by Vikings.
That sounds crazy.
Well,
Yeah.
which was the female in this?
The angel was the female, and the guy, was they for example, she gets banished from heaven, and he gets the death penalty, and well, he gets prison sentence, and his wings clipped, but he manages to escape, and she's banished. So he's trying to save her because they have nowhere to go, and they're being hunted down, and she gives birth in the cold snow, and as she's giving birth, she's killed during the process, and he's got to save the baby.
Gonna refrigerate her?
No, he leaves it behind. He has no choice but to save the baby. He leaves it behind, and since he's being hunted down by his once allies, he's got to figure out where to leave the baby, and he leaves the baby with the Vikings, and they raise him up. Yeah.
See, I try not to go like off Bible too much on the angel stuff.
Right.
Oh, I do.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to do like a little bit different. Like I'm using like some Viking quotes and then mixing it up a little bit. I'm using like, instead of how they got the Song of Solomon, I got like a thing called the Song of Sorrows, which explains the first part of the story, and then you jump into the rest of it.
Wait, Soros?
Yeah, the Song of Sorrows is basically the story.
Soros? Like George Soros?
No, sorrow, Mike. Like sadness, Mike.
Say he's certainly.
It's his dialect. Forgive me.
Excuse my New York dialect, Mike.
Thing, I get it. Let's see here. I got a super chat. It says, let's see. The nanny is better than Mrs. Garrett, is better than Benson, is better than Mr. Belvedere, is better than Alice Brady, is better than Tony Danza, is better than Charles in Charge. I think he's trying to say that the nanny is the best.
I don't know about that. I grew up with Charles in Charge.
Charles in Charge. I'm first. Scrams.
I'm friends with his wife on Facebook.
What?
Yeah.
Tell Scotty I said hello.
I don't talk to him, but I talk to his wife once in a blue moon.
You should do a Dean Cain and Scott Baio cameo fighting each other.
Yeah, there you go.
That is good. I like it.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
That's Dragon Guard, right?
Yeah. Not Dawn Guard. That would be Skyrim.
Dawn Guard. We also call it Cup.
What?
Cup? Why you call it Cup, Mike?
That's messed up, man.
It's a Dawn Guard.
Oh Lord. No, please don't.
Hey, man.
What?
You said it first.
I didn't. No, I said Dawn.
Hard.
Well, I didn't say it like in New York. I had to say Dawn. Maybe I have to do that so I can say it right.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? Walk the walk, talk the talk.
The call. It's this call right here. Yeah.
How far do you guys live from each other?
Far enough, right? Like a few hours.
I'm about no way. It takes me about an hour to get to Tampa. An hour and 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm on the corner, man.
Tell me you're in town, jerk.
I'll be stalking you sometimes. You don't even know it. I'll be in front of your doorsteps watching you with your bald head coming outside. I'm like, Elliot, my precious.
That's freaky. No bueno. Right.
Yeah. I've been to Tampa a few times for different occasions.
Oh, yeah?
Like,
I can call you.
yeah, I should. You know what? I'm going there tomorrow, Elliot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go protest in front of your house.
Wow. You know what? Don't worry about it. Stay home.
When you see the boy-headed Puerto Rican protest in front of your house, you know that's me.
That's right.
Are you sure it wouldn't be you, Elliot?
He might be looking in the mirror.
Yeah.
How's your fam? How's your guys' fam doing?
Our family is loud.
But they're safe. That's what counts, Mike.
Everybody's safe. Everybody's safe.
Elliot?
Our protests are miles away, at least 4 miles away.
Hey, Miles, Mike, that's around the corner.
You know,
That's a 45-minute jog to your house.
I can't shoot that far, so it's not a big deal. So we'll see. We'll see. Was there any updates, Jill?
For what?
For the Mesa? Were they done?
Oh, I don't know.
It'd be great if they were done. They're just like, it's boring.
Mike, this is gonna be like about 2 weeks worth of protest.
Dude, the last protests were in El Cajon, it was right by Oli's house. You guys know Oli. He's been on the show a few times.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, man. They were right by his freaking house the last time they had all those protests, and I can't even remember what were those protests for? Last time around? Was it a year ago?
Was that
Can't
true?
remember. It might have been Trayvon. It might have been.
He spilled his soda on the massager.
Oh
Oh,
no.
come on.
The neck massager thing.
What happened?
We did
All you guys said, "Oh no!" at the same time. It's like, "Oh,
Jojo spilt soda on our very nice neck massager.
no!"
It was
Maybe I can stretch this.
Do it, Elliot, do it.
I'm gonna try.
Come on, man. There's no try. There's only do.
great. You are like right up in your mic.
No, you know what it is? I got the gains loud. Let me lower down the gain.
A little, yeah. Way.
How about now?
That's better.
All right. Yeah, I got this thing. It's like a Scarlett 2i18, and it's used for recording music. But you know, I'm not doing nothing with it. So I just sound music for streaming.
Are you a musician?
I do rap, Elliot. I'm Mike. I do rap.
You do?
Yeah,
Like Dan Fraga?
better. I ain't. I ain't trying to diss Dan, you know, but
Yeah.
But battle time.
Let's hear it.
no.
Peace out.
Yeah, I ain't gonna do that, man. Don't put me in the spot, Mike.
Come on, man. You just
No,
said
no.
Dan peace out all the time. Apparently.
Yeah, no, I'll be impressed by him. I'm like, man, he got heart to do it. I can't do it. I do it for myself. I do it for entertainment and for myself, you know?
Yeah, that's why you bought a recording microphone.
Yeah, for myself, believe it or not. I just, you know, to hear myself, and then I got like beats that I purchased, and I just, you know, listen to that, and I just do that, you know? But doing this is like 2002, 2003.
You just want to listen to yourself.
Yeah. I just, you know, express myself. That's what I do for it. To express, you know, anger, pain, frustration. And
Do you
stuff like
record
that.
all these things?
You express it like Madonna?
No, I've tried to record on my phone, but it just comes out all messed up, you know?
So why the microphone?
Because I was planning to take it to the next step and just, you know, record and just keep it to myself and share it with my kids, and that's it. My kids like it when I do it, but you know, that's about it. I used to do it with my cousin. We used to go to the studio. He used to pay for the studio time, and we used to just go do it almost every weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
But you won't do it for us?
Nah. No, I love you guys, but I ain't gonna do it.
Elliot sings for us all the time.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day.
I'm just saying, Fred. Elliot. Elliot here.
Was that what I do? What?
At the drop of a hat. Do it, Elliot. Now.
I would do it at the drop of a hat.
Yeah.
I just faked that right there, but hey.
Well, I'll tell you what is hard is that because I was used to do a lot of street rap. So now that I've, you know, recently given my life to the Lord, I'm trying to convert my style to Christianity. You know, like the raps.
You swear a lot.
Back then, I used to swear a lot, yeah. But now that I'm trying to, I find that it's a bit harder, and like in topic wise, also it's just a bit harder. Like you can like street rap is
replace the F word with flipping.
right, but no. What I'm trying to say is that like when I say like street rap, right? You can talk about almost anything.
Oh, all the
You know what I mean?
stuff.
Right. You can talk about anything. You can talk about violence. You can talk about topics. But Christianity, you got to be Christ centered. Like Christian rap got to be Christ centered. And I don't want to do
violence. You can talk about like Jesus made a whip, beat the crap out of. I'm sorry. Whoa.
Yeah, Mike, do it. Do you, Mike?
No, I don't got nothing. I got nothing.
One thing I try to teach my kids is say a word, right, and then take that word and just start saying words that rhyme with it to help develop the vocabulary.
All right, Jesus pleases, teases,
Right.
Arneses.
How about cheesy, pleasy?
Cheeses.
What's going on in the chat?
I'm out.
You guys have the chat going crazy. They want Mike to start rapping.
Make the music with your mouth, Biz.
A rapper. I'm not a rapper. Sorry.
Parappa the rapper. Remember that game?
The rapper.
Oh yeah.
He's looking kind of dapper.
One of my favorite rappers was KRS-One. He was really good.
Criminal minded. You've been blinded. Looking for a style like mine, you can't find it.
Yeah, he's amazing, man.
You are the audience. I am the lyricist. Okay, I don't like what I've done so far here. I don't like it. I don't like this. I'm gonna
What
take it
kind
out.
of lyricist? Getting pissed?
Whoa. Take it easy, Michael. Take it easy.
Mirror fist?
Sound like Scarface for a second.
I try.
One of my favorite characters is Scarface.
Is it?
Yeah, my favorite scene is when he's in the diner. When he's in the restaurant. You people need people like me.
People are people, so that's what they do.
People who need people.
Do the Humpty Dump.
Whoa, that sounds gross.
Do the Humpty Dump. Bro, come here, I take a list.
And Slick Rick, I used to like Slick Rick.
La-di-da-di, we like to party. We don't cause trouble, we don't bother nobody. We're just the menace on the mic, and we'll rap up on the mic.
Okay.
Rock on the mic, we rock the mic. Right?
Only y'all thinking y'all, I'm just in this mind and enjoying yourself because there's when you're going to
Vision.
But that's the thing, right? Like back then,
Just listen to what we say.
the thing is that back then, right, they used to have stories and they'd entertain you. Now it's just like nonsense.
Yeah.
Drugs, money, cars. Is like, where's the relation? Where's about you're going to growing up without having food at night. Where's that connection with the audience is missing.
I don't know. I don't listen to rap anymore.
It's not worth to listen to. I don't listen to rap either, not anymore. I haven't listened to rap since like 2010.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who was it?
Mobb Deep, DMX. When music used to be good to me.
Yeah.
When the music used to be good.
Yeah.
That's not very nice.
You missed the Beastie Boys, right?
That's Elliot. That's Elliot.
It's true.
I do.
What was it?
Wait a minute.
What was Mark's group called? The Funky Bunch.
Yeah, Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch.
Yeah.
That's so bad.
But it's still calling Marky Mark.
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. Don't forget about it.
The Rock and Marky Mark will never live down their previous careers.
The Rock did a rap song, didn't he, with Wyclef at one point? Yeah, they had a song. What was it called? I was telling my wife that the other day. Oh man, maybe somebody in the audience can say what it was. I forgot what was it. Oh, it doesn't matter. There you go. It doesn't matter. You guys ever heard it or not?
No.
I've heard you.
It was the worst thing you could ever hear, man. It's horrible.
Marky Mark as Lone Star. He's a little old at this point.
Think so?
I do love Marky Mark though.
Yeah, I think he played a good part for Lone Star. How about Matt Damon?
Matt Damon. I don't want Matt Damon. Anything I ever do.
Let's try something.
So who would you cast?
I would like Chris Pratt.
That's a good choice.
Pratt.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for approving of my choice.
Yeah, I still think Danny DeVito would be better, but yeah.
Whoa.
He's overshot.
Well, that's a good choice. Mr. Hellstorm says Jensen Ackles for Lone Star.
I've heard that too. That's
a good idea.
That's a good TV Lone Star.
Oh, come on.
Mike.
Oh, come on, you think that guy can act?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you not see, was it My Bloody Valentine? I think that's what it's called, right?
Yeah.
That was a good movie. I like that movie.
I've not seen My Bloody Valentine.
Well, it wasn't very good, but
What?
But there's rebels in it.
So, yeah. That's the way the cookie crumbles.
Yeah.
I was driving down the 505 over road. I was driving down. Anyway, I seen everybody pull over the road and everybody's looking up to the sky. I'm like, what the heck is going on? Is there a tornado? You know? And then I told my wife, wait a minute. So they didn't be doing that SpaceX launch, right?
Yeah.
And that's what they were doing. They were pulling in the middle of the highway, just looking up to the sky.
Oh wow, that was over there?
Yeah.
Did you see it?
No, I was too busy driving. I told my wife, the driver always misses the good stuff.
Yeah. No point in pulling over to watch history.
No, never.
I've actually seen some SpaceX rockets tested over here.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Unrelated comment says Jensen is a fine actor.
he's a thespian.
Yeah.
So you know what? Since you better change your mind right now, Michael, because we all prefer that guy. I do.
Yeah, me too. I think
You prefer?
he's got the looks. He's got the looks.
He's got the look.
Yeah, but he's getting too old. Now.
Huh?
He's getting too old.
But he's younger than Chris Pratt, isn't he?
I don't care.
Mike, so biased, Mike.
I got my bias on. You can't tell me that I'm wrong. I'm not gonna rap.
So if you used to do the film, who would you put as your first villain?
I would do Svarog, yeah.
As the first villain? You wouldn't save that for like what do you call that? The height, the climax of the series?
Oh no.
Please. Oops.
Uh-oh. Run, Elliot. Run.
What's that? What is happening?
Oh my God. Champs is on fire.
No, not Champs.
Oh, man. Yeah. It's crazy, man.
Is anything on fire in La Mesa, Joe?
Just that.
Just the car? All right, we still just got the car here.
It's those
Oh my God. That's insanity.
mm-hmm.
Man. I can't say anymore.
I'll do it for you. Those Antifa thugs.
That's what they are.
I don't like Antifa, man. To me, they're terrorists, domestic terrorists.
They are. They should be registered as such.
Mm-hmm.
I really hope that after this crap, the police go through every single second of footage with a fine-tooth comb and just track down and arrest every single person that was doing any of this crap.
It's crazy.
And yeah, that includes the kid who stole the Legos.
Come on, Mike. What do you mean? There's a kid stole Legos?
Yeah, there's this photograph of in Minneapolis. They were breaking into the Target and breaking open the cash boxes and stuff. And in the background, you see this skinny white dude walking out with a box of Star Wars Legos.
How old was this guy?
I don't know, 20 maybe.
Oh, yeah. He's got to pay the price.
That's right.
I think he said a kid, like a 10-year-old kid. I'm like, I don't know. You know, they look up to adults for guidance, and we mislead them sometimes.
Yeah. Hey, kid,
Yeah.
go into the Target and grab me some Legos.
Did you see that video with the guy that they put the bricks on the streets? Like, look at this. They literally just put a pallet full of bricks.
No.
You didn't see that?
No.
Yeah.
They
They found
brought
it.
it.
It was
brought it-
suspicious.
Yeah, that's not suspicious. That's them getting ready to throw deadly weapons at cops.
Yeah, that's what they were saying. Like, there's like no construction site at all, nowhere. And they're saying somebody just came with a high-low and they just placed it right there in the middle of the street and telling people to go pick up bricks.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a Soros thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with the Soros.
This is
Alex, I'll take Soros for 500.
it's funny. I've seen plenty of videos of things like this, but I guess what's different today is that I've never seen it in my own area.
Yard. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
I've been there. Like, oh my gosh, that's that place.
Yeah, but where the not to, well, I can't one up you at all. But
Just don't set.
No.
we were just in that spot where that burning car was.
Wow.
What?
Look, man,
But it's just a burning car, so
I'm cool with the protest as long as you guys don't set Clearwater Beach on fire. That's my beach.
wait, don't say you're cool with the protests.
No, I'm cool with the peaceful protest. I'm not cool with the violent part of it. You know, where
Where's the
they're attacking people.
protest?
You know, those that are chanting, walking together, that they've spoken against the violence. You know,
Yeah, they're all out there going, "We shall overcome."
you seen that one guy crying, man? They burned down his bar.
No,
Yeah, they burned down his bar. He's like, I invested everything I own, everything I had into this business, and they destroyed it. And then they show the guy trying to take the safe while he's on cam.
jeez, terrible.
God.
Wait, was Champs owned by a Vietnamese person?
That's messed up.
Only Mike.
Oh, Michael.
Hey, you missed my place. I built myself.
Man, I wish I can. I don't know. I haven't been practicing drawing, so I got kind of lazy with it.
Yeah, that's how you get better. Just completely ignore it.
Yeah, right. Well, if only that was true, I'd be a master. Yeah, did you see Canada also in Europe? They're all protesting over there too.
Protesting what?
Saying, I think they're in accord with what's going on over here or something like that. I don't know. I didn't look too into it, but yeah, they're protesting over there too.
That's a Soros move right there.
Yeah,
Has nothing to do with them. But all of a sudden, everyone's protesting in any other city around the world. Sure.
Yeah.
Antifa. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Funded by the George Soros Foundation.
Well, yeah, they were saying they were bringing these buses in full of people from out of state.
There you go.
Brought to you by Acorn and the George.
Straight up Antifa move, man.
Oh, that's my head.
This protest is brought to you by the deep state. Enjoy.
You know, I don't want to tell you that Obama had anything to do with it, but he's probably friends with Soros, so.
They're all friends with each other. Every politician is crooked, man. They don't care about nobody.
Updog says it's phase 2. Phase 1 was the pandemic.
Yeah. All of a sudden, the pandemic disappeared. Notice that?
Yeah, nobody cares about that anymore suddenly.
The news guy here was like,
Wear a mask to the grocery
it's
store.
clear that we are still covering the. I'm like, all right, man, relax. I know, I get it. That was just a joke. Take it easy.
The pandemic still is out here, but let's pay attention to this right now.
Yeah.
Where's the spike? I want to see the spike. After this protest is over, I want to see if there's any spikes from the pandemic.
Yeah, that's a great point.
There won't be. There won't be.
Comics Bear says, rioting kills the Wu flu.
Yeah, you're outside, you're getting exercise.
Yeah. Getting fresh air, which you need for your lungs.
That's right. That's right.
Do you want to? Are you tired of the flu?
Yeah.
Come on.
The woo flu.
Boy, do we have the cure for you.
Just get out there and burn your
Give him a
neighbor.
break.
Force Ghost Fabio says, I'm still waiting for Michelle Obama to replace Biden. He's that guy is lost, man. I mean,
Oh yeah.
you watch his videos, and I'm not criticizing because I don't like Biden. I'm saying it because it's a fact. He doesn't know what he's talking about most of the time.
No, he's lost. His brain is gone, man.
Yeah. Awful Redneck Gaming says the pandemic that has a 0.2% mortality rate. Yeah, they needed something new. And that's the thing. People were just coming off of the lockdown. They would start opening up the states, and then all of a sudden this happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's almost like they won't let it. They got to keep everything tightened up.
Yeah. Well, it's like I was telling my aunt and my pops, like, you know what it is, man? Elections around the corner. And so things like this happen. Conveniently happen. Every election, something happens.
Right.
The problem is they won't. It doesn't matter because they won't let anybody else take it over either. They only have one outcome as an expectation. They don't have a plan.
Well, the thing is, if anything, if there's martial law instituted, they're just going to cancel the elections.
Right.
National state of emergency. There's no elections.
Right.
I can see Pelosi now.
This isn't the American way. This isn't what we should be doing here. It's just not right. The orange man, he's bad.
Anyway. Oh well.
Look, you got Elliot upset, Mike.
Yeah, I'm very upset.
I know, it's a terrible impression.
Well, we tried.
I'll try better next time.
Let's see here.
All right. Yeah.
Come on, Fred. Brought you in here to pay attention to the chat.
Yeah, I am. But I'm also looking at Elliot Draw. I'm like, man, I like that. I like that
Don't get
character.
distracted. You could have watched Elliot Draw from the chat.
I like that character, man. I like that character. So like a curious 2A says, Michelle Obama has a ween. Prove me wrong.
Whoa.
Can I read that? Can I read that in your live stream, Mike? I don't want to read that. That's wrong.
Hell, read it again.
I know you got rules. Yeah.
Does he really though? Does he really?
Does he?
He said so, but does he really?
Did you guys hear about the monkeys that ran away with the COVID testing tubes?
What?
Yeah, I think a group of monkeys took a couple of COVID testing tubes and escaped with it out of the facility.
No.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's 2020. We got aliens. We got monkeys running around with viruses. We got protests. We got
That sounds great.
we got a pandemic. Every month is something new.
We're doing it for the kids.
Yeah. Wait, did it happen in July and June? I mean.
You know what? I'm starting to think if I put things together, I think Joe Biden thinks he's Donald Trump. Because there was the one time that he said, Donald Trump's got to win the election, and then there was the other time that he said that he's going to beat Joe Biden.
I heard that. That made me laugh.
Together, clearly, he thinks he's Donald Trump.
Did he say? He didn't say that.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did. I'm gonna beat Joe Biden.
I'm going to beat Joe Biden, and before that, he said that Donald Trump's going to win the election.
That's so good. He's like, Everybody respect George Washington if he's a patriot.
Yeah, remember, if you don't vote for Joe Biden, you ain't black.
That too. That's right.
Oh yeah.
I think that's what actually set off the riots.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Because they're trying to cover up his tracks, man.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. Let's see what the chat is saying.
I don't know.
Rhaegar Targaryen says, "Yup, and look for me as a Mexican are bad news, because he would not care we become Venezuela, but you cannot deny the truth."
What?
And then Victor Rodriguez says, "Elliot, are those chocolate squares you're drawing?"
Are those what?
Chocolate squares.
Oh, I could use some chocolate right now.
I just threw some chocolate away. Dark chocolate too.
Don't tell me that, Michael. Don't tell me that.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was Snarky Weezer. Sorry, I misread Rhaegar. I'm sorry. Sorry.
You had one job to do.
I know, man. Mike, it's been a while since I've been on live streams. You know,
It's just reading, dude.
I feel like a rookie.
I know. Where you been hiding?
I don't know. I've just been mostly here trying to figure stuff out. Writing, and looking for work. That's about it. And now with this when the pandemic broke out, it just made everything worse. You know, I started getting like these emails saying that they can't hire me for whatever reasons they had. You know, like other candidates, or you know, they just can't do the hiring. I don't know. It's weird stuff. I applied to Guitar Center. You know, and they wouldn't even hire me. Freaking $8 job. It's ridiculous.
Did you get your Donald Trump check?
No, I put you know, because the whole comic thing, I put self-employed, but they said no, said ineligible.
What?
No, that wasn't.
Yeah.
No,
I got mine. I'm self-employed.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I put that and it said ineligible.
No.
Maybe you wrote it badly and they put illegible.
I don't think you had to sign in for that. That just came in. That wasn't something you had to sign up for. You're talking about the unemployment.
Yeah, the unemployment.
But unemployment was.
No. I'm talking about the stimulus check.
I know, but you didn't have to sign up for that, though.
Yeah, that was free.
Oh, the stimulus check. Yeah, I got that. Yeah.
Yeah, you have to have a job that you lost to be unemployable.
No, they were doing something different in Florida, though. They were giving. Yeah, they were giving. Actually, it was a national thing. They were saying they were gonna, even for people that were contractors.
Yeah, self-employed.
Yeah,
they were giving it, and I filed taxes, and I pay taxes at the end of the year with self-employed. So I figured, hey, you know, let me go see, and nothing.
Hey, people in the chat are we all kind of even voice-wise? Because Preparedness is coming in loud for me, but I don't know if that's my volume or if Elliot's quiet. Like, who's the loudest of the three of us, and who's quiet?
Mike is the loudest.
No, well, Pred, I want to see what the chat says first because I'm not listening. Jeff says sounds good to him. That's good. All right, so I might have my speakers up too loud. That's fine.
Mike, you just want to hear my voice.
Just put it back the way it was. I mean, a bit louder, but nothing bad. Mike is a little loud. Really? Loudest, as in most obnoxious. Yeah, that's the one I was looking for.
Mike just want to hear my.
Glad you said sounds good to me. I turned my speaker down, so Critias, put it back to wherever you were. I don't want to be like.
Mike, you like my voice, Mike?
What? Huh?
You like my voice, Mike?
Do I like your voice?
Yeah, baby. Did you see that? Oh, what's that movie called? Surfs Up with the guy with that penguin guys with all the trophies. He's like, This is Monica.
What about it?
No, I just say I love that part. When he's just talking to trophies like they're females.
Oh, right. Right. I haven't seen that movie in a while.
Now they say I'm too loud now. Now they say I'm too.
What?
Okay, everyone sounded fine to me. Now it's too low. Too low. How about now?
Is the Mexican president still PRI?
PRI? What's that mean?
PRI? I don't know, man. I don't know.
How about now, guys? Is this still too loud?
Remember, they have to have about 15 seconds to respond.
Oh, that's right.
Actually, 15 seconds to hear you, and then a few more seconds to respond.
All right, so I'm gonna leave it. Thank you, everybody in the chat. I appreciate it. PRI was the dominant party forever, says Samurai Sid.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Geez, I live 20 minutes from Mexico. You'd think I'd know that sort of thing.
All right, will do. I will do that.
Do what?
Leave the mic as it is.
Oh, okay.
Oh, Ray Tulu. Yeah, baby.
That's creepy.
You're my number one. To my other number one. What's this? There's a link in the chat. Let me check it out. Awful Redneck put a link to a Breitbart article.
Breitbart?
Sheriff rioters slash police officers neck in Jacksonville, Florida. Oh,
What?
no. Wow.
Holy cow.
Hello, man. You want to buy some drugs?
Wow. Is that for real?
Yeah, it says here a police officer was stabbed in the neck and several others attacked Saturday at a riot over the death of George Floyd in Jacksonville, Florida. Wow. It says they attacked several police officers. They vandalized several police cars, attempted to light them on fire, breaking windows. We have one officer who was stabbed, was slashed in the neck, and is currently at the hospital. Wow. See, that's when it gets bad. That's why you guys, I mean, everybody's out there protesting, but, you got to control your anger. A lot of them are young people. That's the thing. Young people.
Crap, man.
They don't know how to control their anger, man.
This is all freaking bullcrap. Gosh, they act like there's this systemic thing going on with cops. Yeah, occasionally you get a bad cop. There's 800,000 cops in America.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be a few bad ones. That doesn't mean it's like all cops. What the hell's wrong with these people?
Do you want to buy some drugs?
There's a bad apple in every group in the world.
You can't have 800,000 of any group of people. You could have 800,000 priests and you're going to get a bad one.
Yeah.
A few.
Yeah.
Whatever. Jeez Louise, that doesn't mean you go burn down all the churches.
Yep. And now you seen that thing that happened over there with in New York where the cop car pushed a whole bunch of protesters, like rammed them.
No.
And now de Blasio is like, they're doing their job. If you didn't want that to happen, you shouldn't have been there or something like that. So now people are protesting against them.
But he's right.
Let's see. Kung Fu Flu Kitty says they don't know how to contain their anger because they've been raised to be entitled. I agree.
Yeah.
Snarky, I am from New York City, Brooklyn, East New York.
Oh.
Yeah. Ski you. That's the Bronx. Let me do that.
Are you guys from the same part of New York?
Ed is from the Bronx.
Yeah, he's from Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Brooklyn.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, that's true too. Curious too. He says they aren't angry; they just want to break and steal stuff.
That's true too. That's the funny thing is you don't need a lot of the George Soros paid schlubs to start the alsos.
It only takes one person, Mike.
Followers, right?
Mm-hmm.
No, it takes more than one person.
No, but I'm saying like to start the chain.
No, it takes more than one. You can't just have one person go like, "Hey, let's go out there and do the thing." It's like But if you're out there and you've got like a dozen agitators,
Right.
and the agitators start like flipping a car or something, that's gonna like get the blood up on a bunch of other people. And you're like, yeah, and they're gonna start doing other stupid stuff.
So you're telling me that all those soy boys out there are finally exposed to their testosterones?
No way, bro. You want some drugs?
I don't think you need a lot of testosterone to flip a car. That's the one I saw them flipping. There was more than half of the people doing the flipping were girls.
Oh, still soy boys. That's what you're trying to say, Mike. I get it.
Yeah, so soy boys. Soy boys and girls can do all that stuff.
Let's see. Trying to see what the chat. Let's see what's going on.
This is heartbreaking.
Eric Hawkins. Demonstrators take bats to windows of police stations and throw fireworks at Ferguson officers, St. Louis. Yeah, I've seen something like that. They were throwing the firecrackers. What was it? In the CNN building, right? Where the precinct was at?
Isn't that Atlanta?
Yeah, I believe that was Atlanta.
CNN. That was crazy.
Yeah.
I would never thought they would have. Well, yeah, they will. They will devour themselves.
Steve Swanson says, people don't do well when they have too much time on their hands. I'm not blaming this on COVID. I'm blaming this partly on the short-sightedness of the lockdowns.
Yeah, that's. I don't want to put too much emphasis on the lockdowns in relation to this, because this sort of thing has happened with no lockdowns whatsoever.
Mm.
But it certainly didn't help.
Yeah, I mean, you figure you're like, how many people are unemployed right now in the United States? Like 30 million? A lot of people are home. So the protests are a little bit more bigger than what they usually are.
There's going to be a few more out of this work as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down everybody's place of employment, you're not going to have jobs.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I don't agree with. You know, they're destroying these buildings and they're leaving people without jobs, you know, people without food. You know? It's crazy.
There was some kind of story about that. There was a lady who was. Were you saying that to me, Mike?
Which one?
There was a woman that was frustrated because they burned down that Dollar General by her place.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I seen that video. She was crying.
Going to eat because there's no buses running either.
And that's the thing, right? It's just not only adults that are suffering; it's children too. You know, a lot of kids are going to sleep hungry tonight because where can they get food from when these places are burned down?
Right.
Hmm.
So it's selfish actions, and nobody's thinking. Opdog says the rise of the Karens. It should be a shirt.
Yeah.
One of us.
Rise of Karen Walker.
Steve Swanson says you could almost hear CNN wanting to scream that they were on the protesters' side when the protesters were targeting them.
Yeah, right. We're with you, man. What are you doing?
Victor Rodriguez says Bo shared a disturbing Faces of Death type video on Discord.
Oh, that's great, Bo. Thanks.
You know, my mother told me to watch that video one time, Faces of Death. But I said I can't do it. I think I've seen too much already.
I thought that was fake.
Is it?
I remember. I don't know. I never watched it. I just heard that like there's a bunch of stuff in it that was fake. But I don't know how.
Force Post Fabio says The Purge was a documentary.
Yeah, no kidding. Keep the horror movies on the silver screen, please.
Yeah, for real.
Boy, what time is it? I don't know if I'm gonna get this done tonight.
It's 1. Oh, your time is different.
It's only 10 o'clock. It's only 10:30. Boy, this brush started out so good today, and then it's just started kind of crap out on me. Let me
Is that a new brush you got?
I'm using this piece of crap Pentel thing, but I think maybe it was because I put a couple drops of water in it earlier. Let me try.
I see. Is that a new Elliot, what is that new?
What's that?
what you got there? That tablet?
Oh, this is my iPad.
Yeah, but isn't that new? That's what the Pro?
Not the newest one. No, this is a 2018 iPad.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's only 2 years late. You know? Yeah.
Well, no, I'm saying there is a new 2020 one out. I don't
Yeah,
know.
I've seen it.
It's new for you.
Oh yeah, it's great for me. It was a gift.
Yeah, Elliot. Come on, man.
It's so new for you.
So what's the difference between that one and the new one? Like, what features?
To be honest, I've elected not to even pay attention for fear of becoming feeling like I needed to covet it. You know,
Oh,
just don't even think about it, Elliot. Just enjoy what you got.
do it, Elliot.
I certainly can't replace it.
Listen, this is your conscience. Do it.
Wait,
Go look at those features, Elliot. You can do it. It's fine. Cover thy iPad.
You jack. Well, yeah, you oughta.
Let's see what's going on. Jeff Potts says, go ahead.
Now people are driving around like in cars, like they just. Oh, I can't. You know what? We've had this zeitgeist thing going on for a while. This reminds me of the Alfred, right? You know, some people just want to see the world burn, man. That's what this is.
Yeah.
In this case,
I remember Zeitgeist. My goodness, jeez. I remember that.
Like the Joker movie.
what did you say?
It's like the Joker movie.
Yeah, it is. This is kind of what it was like, man, when during the blackout.
It was a prophecy. Oh, yeah, I seen that video.
Say what?
No, I'm telling a awful redneck. I seen that video with the guy beating the elderly man. Yeah, that got me really angry, man.
Yeah. You mean in Dallas?
Not.
Mm-hmm. You know, when you attack a child is helpless. When you attack a senior, they're also helpless. You know.
They're savage, man. That's the savage thing to do. That's not even human.
It depends on the senior. Do you ever see that one where those punks were attacking that like 80-year-old boxer and he just lays them all out? It's so great.
Yeah. Oh man. I can't stand, like, if I see something in front of my face or like some type of like assault like that, I'm quick to act on that. I can't stand that. It just boils my blood.
Yeah.
It is not just on fire. It's literally burning down to the ground. This store.
Wow.
And again, it's not a very. Think about all the students at USF that can't get a job now, or it's just this is insanity. This is insanity.
Mm-hmm.
I just heard something blow up.
What?
I don't know if it was fireworks or something, but something just blew up.
Maybe the power. You guys got light. Maybe because sometimes the power box on the streets when they blow up sound like an explosion.
I don't know.
That happened over here around where I live at. One of the power box went out. And
Outside
just,
my window. I don't know what it was. So
hmm.
I'm not paying a lot of attention. I'm trying to work here.
Pray for rain. Pray for rain. If I go home and come back tomorrow.
I'm like every single one of them.
Maybe I should turn the news on and see if that La Mesa thing's still going.
Later, Jeff Potts. Adios, amigo.
A lot of these things aren't even going crazy until like, later at night.
Yeah. Just stay safe out there, guys. Like they say, have an exit plan when you find yourself in a tough situation.
I've got an exit 12 gauge.
You gotta have like that guy. You seen that guy that they try to carjack him?
No.
And they put the guns on him, and then you just see like a machine gun go off, like an assault rifle. And the guy starts running, and it's his horn.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's rad.
It's genius, man. Did you see that video also? Off Rennick just pointed out that video with the cop that the lady punches him twice and then she gets knocked out.
Nuh-uh.
You didn't see that?
No.
The guy is the cop is taking the lady out of her car and he's arresting her. She just comes and just starts swinging on him, hits him twice. Then another officer comes right behind her and just knocked her out.
Uh-uh.
Mike.
What? Sorry, there's so much, man. I get depressed after a minute.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
Let's get free.
You know, when I see what's going on around, I say to myself, I'm glad I left New York. I'm glad I'm glad I'm out of there. And then now I'm over here in Florida, and Elliot's telling me, yeah, it's right there around the corner. I'm like, should have stood in New York. I should have stood in New York. At least I know people.
It's happening in New York, too, isn't it?
Yeah, but at least in New York, I know people. Over here, I don't really know anybody. I try not to get to know the people over here.
That's lovely.
Speakers.
Yeah.
Why do you try not to get to know people where you live?
I don't know, Mike. I'm just like that. I like to be to myself. You know?
Awful says, if you attack an officer, you just forfeited your life. That's right. Your right to life, anyways.
You know that protest last night in the White House? I thought they was going to cross that fence. I thought they was going to do it. It's like, these people are crazy. Do not cross that fence. They got snipers on the roofs. They got the drones. They got all that stuff.
Hey, Craig, go look in the DM that you got the link from. See what Ellis wrote.
All right, cool. Let me see.
Wait, what did it land on?
1.
Okay. Oh, I am on 5 to the right. What's on? It goes to the pocket.
This whole plaza is going to be on fire before this is done.
If it lands on the 5 to the right.
The mall?
No, it's a plaza across the street, and there's like a Jimmy John's, and again, more stuff.
If it's 1, after that one will be a 20.
God, man.
Wow. I just saw a video this guy James Wood posted, and they just jumped this guy into the pavement. My goodness.
I can't even take this much.
Wow.
I can't believe it.
Hey, I gotta mute myself for a minute.
Yeah. Let's see what the chat is saying. I thought there was going to be a massacre in Washington, D.C. last night. Yeah, same here.
And you know, the what sucks about this is that this area where all these businesses are, they're not that far away from apartment buildings right behind them. So it's like, this is so insane. I hate to say it, but they need to bring in the National Guard for this nonsense. But I don't know where to send them. Every city?
Yeah, I mean, every city has a National Guard, right? Yeah. So
it's just...
It's martial law. That's what they're going to end up... You know, this is going to lead to martial law.
It is. Yes,
you know? And only God knows how long that's going to last. You know, curfew and all that, you know, it's going to ruin a lot of people's lives. It's crazy, man.
I never thought I'd see this in town, in this area. You know, we've always been on the verge of stupid stuff, but this is completely insanity.
Yeah. You know, situations like this, it's the reason why we need the 2A, you know? Because one day somebody might be coming through your house in a situation like this where they try to take advantage of what's going on. You know? Because if they're gonna do businesses, what makes you think they won't loot houses next, you know?
There's a palm tree on the side not catching fire. There's power lines everywhere. The lights is flickering in and off, on and off. My God.
Elliot. Come back to me, Elliot.
Oh,
don't watch that way, man. It's gonna bum you out.
I'm already bummed out, man. I'm disappointed, man. I'm disappointed.
Oh, imagine how God feels about us right now.
Oh man, this is stuff that's been happening around the world, man. You know, it's just it's
Yeah.
never been. We've never had it so close to here. Not this much of it, not all at once.
Yeah.
And you know, I can only think of when God says, "I take no pleasure in the death of him that dies. Wherefore, turn yourselves and live."
Oh, you talking about when he says, I take I take no pleasure in the death of the wicked. Is that the one?
No, it's just the death of him that dies.
Oh,
Turn yourself and live. Just come back to me.
yeah.
That's what he's saying. You know, I don't take pleasure in what's happening. This is all a result of our rebellion. You know,
Mm-hmm.
not storms, not viruses. I'm just saying this right here has nothing to do with a natural event. This is us in our base nature.
Right.
You know, and look at what's happened.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Yeah. Yeah. We'll do comics, bear.
Oh no. And the thing is, a bunch of people are hanging out around this thing. This is like a complete like hazard zone right now. Like, why are you even standing there?
Mm-hmm.
If the flame is so hot that it's burning the trees, like, 10, 12 feet away, maybe you should just walk away from that thing.
People won't learn. People want to. This is like it's like I read some comments on Twitter earlier today. It was like a lot of people just do it for creds. You know, they post videos and they get that credit. You know,
Yeah.
that viral cred. It's so stupid. It's not worth it. So this is more than a protest of this man's death. This is more.
Oh, I didn't even say that. Oh,
They're always like that, though. Anytime there's a riot, it's seldom about
freaking Vons. This is the Vons.
what?
What? The Fonz?
Henry
Shooting
Winkler?
Vons in La Mesa.
Oh, is
You
it?
talking about Fonzarelli?
Vons, VONS.
Oh, sorry. I was gonna say, Mike, don't be talking about Happy Days.
Yeah, that's right around the corner from the office where I used to work at the Alias office. Jeez.
Hey.
Is that? What is
This is the Vons over by,
no, what was in that cart?
I think that was boxes of wine or something. Bunch of dummies.
Are they all high or something?
And the Sally's Beauty Supply.
Oh, Vons is a supermarket? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Vons supermarket.
Huh.
It's where I used to do my banking, actually.
Remind me of Pathmark when I was a kid.
Outside. Jeez.
The Comics Bear says, wine moms will be pissed.
Wine moms?
Yeah. My wife likes to drink wine. She drinks that. Was it like cake Moscato?
Can you hear those? Can you hear the sirens?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's outside. That's not on the TV. Oh, that's not on the computer.
I hear that.
What is wrong with these people?
Eventually, if the National Guard is not out there, bringing order, eventually the citizens gonna have to start rising up.
Don't say that. Don't say that. Don't even joke about that.
No, I'm not joking. I'm saying because it's going to the point where like nobody's doing nothing.
We don't need that. Don't even utter those words, bro. That's
Seriously, they're robbing Sally's Beauty Supply. Just girls walking out with
what we don't need is civil
armfuls
war.
of makeup and stuff. It's like, seriously? This is all about convenience and freaking theft. This has nothing to do with protesting any injustice. This is just
it's just selfish
garbage.
needs, Selfish wants, not needs. Selfish wants. They just want to do this. They want to do that. They want to look cool. They want to go back to their friends to look. You know what I did last night, or you know what I did yesterday.
Look, I got rollers for my hair.
Life.
There's their lady in this car. She's holding up a bottle of Smirnoff that she stole, laughing with a sign that says F racism. It's like, yeah. F racism. I got free alcohol.
Asuka says the Antichrist will soon reveal himself.
Such ridiculous.
Ray Thulu says the cop got charged with murder. Anything that happens after that is not a protest.
No.
Kung Fu Kitty says this is selfish children throwing tantrums and snatching stuff while claiming to be warriors of justice or for justice. Yeah. Did you just restart the coloring, Elliot?
No, I brought it into a different app so I can break it apart and work on it in a different way, because there's some things that Procreate doesn't do efficiently enough for me, because I need something a little more where I can have a little more control. And Clip Studio, the go-to app for me would have been Photoshop,
right?
Like that, but I have Clip Studio, which I think is a very good replacement for Photoshop. And technically it's cheaper if you could afford a $25 a year over $25 a month.
Right.
Good deal, But anyway, it's a strong contender. And so I would have loved for Photoshop to work right when they put it out for the iPad, but it's garbage. I mean, I've heard people say that it's not as bad as it was when it first came out last year, but I don't need it anymore because I have this. So I just keep. But there's some things that this doesn't do that fantastic either. So it's kind of a catch-22.
Right.
But so yeah, I'm just kind of pulling together my. My daughter's staying at somebody's house.
You worried?
I want her here with me. Man.
Looking good.
Yeah, I'm just so I have so I brought it. So what's great about these apps still, even on the iPad, is you can bring in a what do you call it, a Photoshop document in layers into either program, and it will recognize it as its own like it's native to its own program, because they both work with layers too.
Okay.
So, but for some of what I was hoping to do here, I needed to expand out, so now I can just select those items by themselves. Probably should have done it this way in the first place, but.
So this all in that one tablet, like the way you switch it to different programs?
Yeah, this is all in one application.
Wow. How many GBs you got on that?
Say what?
How many GBs?
I don't know. I don't recall. I think I got the 256 one.
Wow, it's good.
So it's not the biggest one they had, I think, but
it's a hard drive.
It's good enough. I don't. To be honest, I could have gotten away with something smaller and less expensive, but they weren't that different in price at the time.
Right.
So what I would do is I would take just take the just because I use Dropbox quite a bit now.
Right.
So I pay for a Dropbox service so I can have that ability to transfer files easily enough. So, all right, now I can start I can just select certain things quickly without, creating too much.
Well, when you sign that, don't forget to put my name on it.
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait. I'll make a separate layer.
I like the character. It reminds me like one of those 80s cartoons.
Yeah, I think that was his intent.
Yep.
For sure, yeah. Where are his eyes at?
So he's like a Conan or He-Man?
I'll be honest with you, I'm not that familiar with all the concept for everything.
Right.
If he were here, I'd love him to talk about it because he still can, still has a store mode thing for it, whatever. Let's see here. All right.
Dragon Guard still available on Indiegogo.
Mike, what's the inspiration for this character?
Kevin Sharp.
Yeah, but what was the inspiration to create this particular character?
Kevin Sharp.
Mike, I'm gonna throw an apple at you, Mike.
Obviously, the influence was He-Man and Thundercats and all the 80s cartoons. He just loves that stuff, man.
Thunder. I love that. It's my favorite. My favorite part of Thundercats is that one scene where he just does that. See, your style, Elliot, goes really well with those type of characters.
Yeah. I can see that.
You can see clearly now the characters.
Yeah, like that as what is that Iceland type characters, like Nordic, or it's called
Viking.
Yeah, I think you make a great like you said, like the Valkyrie book you want to do. I think that'd be a nice book.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. To get to it eventually, but this is the most important. This after Doomkicker is the most important thing, so I'll have to focus on that later.
Right.
Can you access his inventory?
Yeah, my heart's broken over here, bro. I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Cool.
They both have green t-shirts.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just irritated as hell. I just think this is so beyond stupid.
I'm thinking of all the consequences when it comes to like I said, jobs.
Yeah, people's lives.
Like that, you can't replace this now. There's not enough time to get someone, and there's not enough money to give everybody food all the time. And
yeah,
that's what people just don't get. I know they think that people, when the whole 99.1%er thing was happening, it's like there just wasn't enough. There's no way you I know they're like, no, we know you got money. Like, yeah, but that's based on an economy, guys. Take economics. It doesn't work that way. When the money goes, it's gone.
Yep.
You don't replace it. And so either you get rid of that, but but there's been so many examples. Look at Greece, how they were having a hard time paying those. They promised all those people all those government pensions, and then they couldn't pay. Italy, Portugal, all these different countries were like, they were jacked up, all because they were buying into that. Oh well, it should be free. Yeah, I wish it were free, but it's not.
Yeah.
Coconuts grow on trees, but somebody still got to pick them, dumbass. Excuse my French.
I believe that was pronounced Dumas.
Dumas. Yeah, Dumas. I just say Dumas.
You got code words now for.
Yeah, It's just foolishness, man. And the thing is, when I was younger, I remember I was doing stupid stuff when I was a kid, and in the army. You know what I'm saying? And then all of a sudden, you become a dad. You become a businessman. I mean, thank God I don't have a brick and mortar. Even here in Tampa, as fair as the economy can be to us here, man, it's still not cheap.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, now, granted, now people are going to say, "Oh, well, they have insurance." Yeah, you know what? until the insurance companies lose all their money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's how that works. That's how it works. But they've allowed themselves to believe these BS reasonings for why they're in the condition they're in, and it's like, man, can't you see? You're right. Slavery hasn't ended. We're just now slaves to other people, and they're listening to them tell us what to do and to think how they want us to think. You know, we relinquish our freedoms for security, and now look at us. Oh, I want to have a Facebook. Oh, I can't wait to have that. That's going to be great. Oh, I'm going to give up my privacy for that. Now look at us.
Mm-hmm.
It's a shame, man. We I don't know. I've jokingly said this in the past, but we had a good run. I hope it can be fixed, but this is the kind of thing they've been building and building and building for so long, and you really needed some sort of like connection to each other. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like I'm just saying crazy stuff. I don't want to talk about it. I hope that we can learn to care about each other again, and to recognize crazy for crazy. That guy that killed
It's moved my way to
I want to call him Bush now. Thanks a lot. Floyd, George Floyd, that man was insane.
Mm-hmm.
He did something ridiculous.
Yeah.
Who knows what other problems that guy had? But in the end, he's getting what he deserves. It's not as though he wasn't. If he was not getting what he deserves for murdering that man, then yeah, I get it.
What makes it crazy? They knew each other.
What?
Yeah. They knew each other. They worked in the same bar as bouncers.
No.
Yep. There was a restaurant the lady has, or she called it a club. She goes, yeah, I recognized him. He worked for me as a bouncer. And then she says that she recognized the guy too, Floyd. And he worked for her as a bouncer too. They used to attend for 17 years or something like that.
Wow. So it might have been a grudge.
Who knows?
Man, that is just fantastic.
That's just layers on layers.
What's wrong with us, man?
Yep.
Still, it doesn't. This is not what Tampa needs. This isn't Tampa's problem. This isn't that individual owner's problem. But we've cultivated a culture where people have become just more and more callous to each other. And this is how it looks. This is what it looks like when we don't care for our fellow man. And all this gotcha culture and people spurging out over garbage. This is not how we're going to get through anything better. The best generations have passed us because we're just constantly looking for our people to stroke our egos.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Voice Goes 5 says, "Hail Elliot, Master of Doom."
I should not have my pistol out just in case. I should not. That shouldn't be necessary.
Right.
I hope the people that who more than likely put this together, I hope they get their fair real estate property in hell. I hope they this is ridiculous. This is my city, man. These are my people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I see people from, we're talking about my heritage, my culture. I see people in these videos. I'm like, come on, man. Have pride. We're so close. So close. We could have. That's why I keep saying, when everybody wants to fight about some garbage stuff, this is why I always just come back to this. These are the things that matter right here, man. Our neighbors, our families. I don't have time for that nonsense, man. Whatever. I'm sure someone will call me something on some platform and complain. And so hell with them too.
Let's see.
Yeah, get back over
Ray Tulu says, Elliot, you're such a something.
A jerk, yeah, I know. Oh yeah.
No, he put crybaby.
Yeah, well, there you go.
I'm just kidding, Elliot. He didn't say that. That was me. That was all me.
Dude.
That was all me, Elliot. I love you, man.
Yeah, I know. Just frustrated, man. I'm just
I hear you. Trust me, Elliot. You got every right to be frustrated. You know what I mean? You grew up in Florida, and you know, it's something you would see since you was a young kid, right?
I moved here when I was 14 years old, 1987.
It's understandable, bro.
I turned 14 when I landed here on Tampa. And and the crazy thing is I've been in and out, and I joined the military. I served my country. But no, it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
This is I don't know, man. It's hard. It's hard for me. I know sometimes I feel like I'm a crotchety old man compared to these kids. I just can't understand it, man. This is so stupid.
But that's the thing, right? Once you were young, and we did things like you said earlier. We did things that we were dumb when we were young. But when you get older, you realize the things you did when you were young were foolish.
But they're grown ass people in this situation here.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like some people haven't grown up yet. Some people don't grow up. And that's the sad part. Some people just don't grow up. Some people want to stay entrapped to that mentality.
Yeah.
They don't want out. They don't want out. And they won't have it any other way.
But you know what, man? This is not just happening here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, we just got to turn our heart and just pray for these people, man. Pray for all the cities that are struggling with this tonight.
Yeah.
Really, really consider, this really puts a lot of things into perspective. Like my daughter is staying at her friend's house, and I got a text from her earlier. She's in a good part of town. I don't know what that means. But hoping that she won't be affected by this right now.
Right.
These poor kids, they didn't get to graduate. They didn't get anything. This is just all right. Well, it's fine.
Right.
I feel like I'm talking. I'm going Italian and stuff.
No, you're good. You're good.
Yeah, forget about it.
You're good, man. You're good. You're good. Elliot, come on, man. That's what platforms are for.
No, that's not.
It's like a soapbox, bro. You need it.
We should be here, hanging out, drawing.
But there's the thing, right? There's the thing. Elliot, listen. There's the thing. What you're saying can actually change somebody's life tonight. Somebody who's probably going to go protest tonight. You don't know that. Mike, Kevin Sharper's in the chat.
Kevin Sharp has the link? Oh, wait. Does he?
No, he said he wants to jump in and say hey before he went to bed.
That old room?
I don't know those rooms.
He wants in? Legit.
Hey, Mike.
Yeah.
I asked Elliot this last year to draw me a villain for my character, Young Glory, right? He says, yo, make him look tough and scary. You know what he did?
What?
You see my avatar? He drew himself and he put a face paint over his face.
No, I drew you. That's how I remember you.
He kind of does look like me. Now that you say that, I'm gonna go show my wife.
You're definitely beefy.
I wish I was beefy. I'm more like a toothpick.
Yeah.
Did it rain in Tampa? Because when I was leaving Tampa, it was like a slight drizzle.
I don't know. It rained yesterday.
Kevin, I'll put it in the other room in case you want to come in. If I can find it. And every time I go to flipping Twitter, there's more of this crap. I'll just send it directly to you.
Steve Swanson says.
This is
Steve Swanson says, "Don't know what people are trying to achieve. Why are celebrities encouraging rioters? What do they gain? Is it really what it looks like? They just was it that they just promote things that hurt Trump? It's more to that, man. I don't even think it's about Trump anymore. It's just they want to see stuff burn. They want to see, people hurt.
Yeah, this is just part of a bigger plan.
Mhm.
I thought this is what they've been waiting for, an opportunity like this,
Go put the dishes away.
a perfectly good emergency. Why waste it?
Yeah, yeah.
And in fact, when people start getting excited about going back to work and trying to do something, all of a sudden, hey, you know what we should do? Hey, I mean, that's crazy, right? Because no one planned. I don't know that that was a planned, thing. Man, I didn't want to think like that. But, still it happens. And, oh, well. Every time I think I'm out, they pull me back.
Let's see. Where is the statement at? Okay, Chuck Nigillium says, "What's the average time for guys to make a full comic page from pencils to ink?"
Depends on the guy and depends on the page.
Yeah.
Average, I try to get a page done a day. But sometimes that's an hour a day. Sometimes it's longer.
Depends on your metabolism and your skill set, your skill level. Mike's super fast. I'm not.
I'm a super freak.
I think Chuck is new to this channel, Mike.
Hello, Chuck. Welcome to the channel. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you've got other questions about art, you've got 2 professional artists and 1 wannabe right here. So.
Yeah. And 1 troll. I'm the troll.
We are here to edify.
7 bleach.
Even though right now we're just here to vent. Talking about the world crumbling around us.
Victor says, "I used to choke out guys with my leg head scissors lock technique when I escort bounce, I'm guessing. Escort and bounced."
When he worked in porn.
Mike, come on, this is a friendly family home channel. Stop that.
Okay.
1.
Is there
5 threes in a row.
see, this is where I get frustrated in this program because I know Photoshop so well. I don't know where everything is. It's like
Enter it in.
there's got to be a blur. Use filter.
Like one of those help where you type in what you're looking for.
There it is. It's right there.
Updog jumped right in and said, "Where? The blue oyster?"
Okay. Oh,
I'm so smart to do that. Oh my gosh.
See,
Mike, you put the dishes away?
somebody's showing me something. Let me see. Awful redneck shared a link. It says cops getting dragged through the street.
Oh, yeah. That was Chicago, right?
Yeah, it looks like it.
Man, you could make a drinking game out of this. All right. Old man getting beat on a crosswalk. Dallas.
I got 10 from
Cop getting throat slit.
Wow.
What city was that in? Was that Dallas too?
Did that really happen?
Yeah, it was. Crid was talking about it earlier.
Sorry, I was lost for a second. Steve Swanson says, "As a fan, I noticed that the more reliable an artist was, the less acclaim they got. Almost as if acting unreliable was a way to make yourself look like something to wait for."
Depends on what era you're talking about. In the old days, in the 80s, reliable artists were like everybody, right? Pretty much everybody was reliable back then. In the 90s, I think that's when the unreliability started. And I blame Image, frankly. What happened with Image was you had the artists taking control, and so they created the artist's utopia version of comicdom, wherein oh no, just take as long as you want, right? Here, Travis, I'll give you $1,000 a page. You take as long as you want to do it as good as you want. And he did fantastic, phenomenal work that took him a week a page.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because he could afford to, because he's making $1,000 a page.
Yeah, I always think that's a big reason why I think people thought, oh, it'd be great if comics would elevate to that kind of mature on every level. But that's when they were starting to add, that's when I argue that by bringing in that level of detail and detail really is what it is, and it gave these guys some illustration is supposed to take long.
Yeah.
But then what are you going to do if you got a comic that has a schedule or whatever, and so
right.
So I'm affected by it because I grew up in that culture. So I'm like, oh yeah. So I have to almost teach me.
I grew up hearing that John Byrne did 3 pages a day, so I just thought that was normal.
No, I mean I grew up then too, but I'm saying when I finally got involved in art, I was there when Image was like, oh man, that's so cool. In retrospect, I'm like, it tanked everything.
Right.
Because the expectations now are so high for as far as production, production art. Oh well, am I still whining? Shut up, Elliot.
No, Elliot, you're good. Shut
up.
You're informing the art community the process of creating.
Well, I think that's why I appreciate so many of these cartoonists that I've been discovering, like from Europe and stuff, because I see that they weren't affected by some of the trends that happened here in the States. So they still just produce fun looking comics, and I think they're able to produce it a little bit quicker.
Right.
Style. Some of them are still, there are certainly those European artists that do, they're pretty intense, but even they still seem to utilize styles and techniques that keep things efficient to a degree, at least. I said That's how it seems to me. What do you think about that?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, Mike.
I think it's more along the lines. I mean, that's why I think Travis ended up working for a European company, right? Because he could just take sweet time, because they publish differently. They don't publish monthly comics. They publish those whatever tableau. What the heck? I don't know what you call it. What are they called? Giant freaking graphic.
Not portfolio, right? Albums.
Yeah.
They call them albums.
So I think they have a more relaxed schedule, and they allow artists to do like really just crazy stuff, which is great for the art, but it's not the same thing as us, And like I said, I grew up hearing John Byrne did 3 pages a day, so I thought that was what everybody did, and so I guess that got stuck in my head, and that's probably why I got fast.
Word.
So
you sent this the other day, or who was it? Somebody else? I think Matt Weldon, right? When the more experience you get, the slower you become.
I think something like that. Somebody said something like that. I mean,
the more you care about the work, the slower you get.
Okay.
I think that's more accurate.
I mean, don't get me wrong. The work looks beautiful when it's done like that. I admire it. But it definitely created a unique challenge because we weren't able to match the quality of that. It's just not, you're just not able to do it.
Right. So here's a question.
Maintain a monthly schedule.
Right.
Because some people can. Obviously, like Mike's pretty proficient in that way, and you do pretty good stuff, Mike. Sort of. I'm playing.
Yeah, but I fell prey to the same thing of Travis getting paid $1,000 a page when I got the money for Lone Star, and I did the calculation, and I'm like, this is $1,000 a page, after everything else. And then I didn't, I counted it up, and I think I did like 180 pages over the span of 2 years, when my normal output production for 2 years would have been like 600 pages, if I was working at Marvel or DC or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so it slowed me down, which was good because I can sit there and do my very best work on every page. But obviously I was spending so much time doing YouTube and just goofing off or whatever that it slowed me down by a factor of like 4, right? Or more, 5?
Yeah, I see what you mean.
Well, here's a question for you guys. So, right, you're when you put, when is it too much? When you're putting hours of work into a page, when does you feel like, okay, I gotta stop because now I'm gonna be over rendering this piece? When do you notice when you stop? Like,
I try to get a page done a day. Now, I did the pencils on this yesterday, and I got started on this really late today. But if I'm like here, I'm like, I want to finish inking this today. So that I just kind of set a time limit on myself, and I'll work until it's done, but I'm not going to, if I started inking this today and then I was streaming late into the night, then I might sit there and just noodle. But that doesn't happen all that often. Like where the schedule lines up like that. Usually it's like I start a page, I try to get it done by the end of the day. I hate leaving a page unfinished.
Right, but when do you say to yourself, okay, I don't want to over-render this page?
I think that's a discipline thing. Like you gotta know when you're
right.
Like there's always a point of diminishing return in anything. Whatever discipline you have, like how many times how many minutes can you bake bread, right? There's only so many minutes. You gotta keep it simple. But art is tricky because you're always you get excited about what you're doing, and then you want to keep adding to it, to what Mike was saying. But I think what you got to do is just continue to maintain the same discipline in that. All right, there's some principles you got to adhere to, like clarity. Is it clear? Is it communicating the story effectively? I never expect anything to be perfect, because even the best of us have some blind spots that we could be better at. But this is a commercial idea, and so unless you're doing a very specific, hey, this is gonna be my best work ever, blah blah blah. Sure. But I mean, if you're on a monthly schedule, though, that's a different thing. Monthly schedules include just 20 to 24 pages, not 100 pages or 48 pages. That could get really tricky. So trying to find it's a balancing act, and that's what I'm trying to say.
Right.
That doesn't always work out. Some people, they really, again, I think it also incorporates your aptitude. How proficient, how aware are you of your own limitations, and then work within those to produce the best product. So I don't know. I guess I would just say I would be mindful of what my schedule is. That should be one of the determining factors, and then plan accordingly.
Right.
What you can afford to do with your time and schedule.
Duracam brings up a good point, right? I read what he says is Walden is likely hitting work that he is finding a bit more challenging, or he's just wearing himself down from too much work and exhaustion is slowly settling in. Do you guys think that, or like you can work yourself too much to the point of exhaustion where you just like you feel it in your artwork, you're slowing down, all that stuff?
I don't know. He's pretty fast.
Well, he's talking about Weldon.
I know, but I'm generally asking, like,
I know, but I don't think that's the case with Matt. I think Matt is just he's challenged mentally. No, just kidding. He's challenging himself. The work itself, the script. I've read what he's got to work from. It's not a challenging script. He's challenging himself because he knows that this project is going to be freaking humongous.
Right.
Yeah.
So he wants it to be the best thing he's ever done. So it's a mental challenge. It's not like a disciplinary challenge or anything like that. It's just he just wants it to be the best. So
Well, let me ask you this. So is there a point where you or Elliot, one of you guys ever work so much that you just like, you just slow down because you just overdoing it now?
I don't know what you mean. Like, you mean like I worked so much?
Like you worked so much on like just tackling so many pieces or a project, like you just spend too many hours, you're just not taking a break. You're overworking yourself.
I don't know if it's overworking, but I definitely know that I also I'm a little different because I do have some health, challenges and whatever that means, But I mean, like I don't see it that way. I just see it as like I love to draw.
Yeah.
I just don't always. If I've drawn too much, there is, because there's a lot of planning involved also in art.
Right.
It's something that people don't. Some people say, "Oh, I like the way you do make it look so effortless," but believe me, there's a lot going on in the brain while I'm drawing it.
Right.
Balancing out, like as I'm doing this, I'm thinking, is this the right way? Am I putting too much? Am I putting too little? I'm not actively saying those words in my head. Those are the kinds of considerations I'm making. I suppose you could kind of get a little tapped out, but then just get some rest, take a nap, go get some sleep and wake up.
Right.
But does that make sense? What I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
What about you, Mike? You get tired?
I don't think I can. I can get physically exhausted. I can get hungry.
Yeah.
My hand can cramp. My back can hurt. But I love drawing. I would just sit here at this table. If I didn't have a family and a wife and things that would take my attention away,
Right.
I would just sit here permanently.
Yeah, I agree with that. This is one of the few things that. Huh? I'm sorry.
Well, I'm a workaholic. I hate not being busy. It's honestly, if it wasn't for the Sabbath, I wouldn't. If it wasn't for the Sabbath and my family, I wouldn't take time off. Right? And I don't know. I think that's a commonality with a lot of men, right? Where we're driven to try to do things.
Yeah.
Right? We can't just. I don't know. It drives me nuts when people will just willfully sit there and play video games for 24 hours a day.
No, I can't do that either.
Right.
Man, no, I love the craft. I love creating. You can bump me from writing to penciling to inking to coloring to whatever the part of the process is. I just love it all. So no, other than physical exhaustion or pain, there's nothing that wears me out in regard to this. It's hard for me to take the Sabbath off. I know I have to. I know I have to because God designed us. I think God designed us, or God made the Sabbath because He knows how we are. And a lot of people I know don't take the Sabbath and they'll work right through Sunday. And it's like, God said, take that seventh day off because you've got to refresh yourself. And if you're not refreshing yourself, then eventually the soil will grow sour.
Right.
Yeah. I do get burnt out on subject matter though. Like I need to keep, I really am more of an illustrator. I like trying new techniques and trying new ways to draw things, or paint or anything else. I take a lot of pleasure in that. I told someone recently I take more pleasure in decoding what I'm doing. I'm not a very I'm not a hyper organized person. I'm not like super like, oh, you know, put on your socks 3 inches off your ankle, that kind of thing. But I do enjoy seeing something come together that's meant to go a certain way. Like, okay, that was cool. That was, oh yeah, that worked.
Right.
I think I really enjoy being an entrepreneur. That's one of my favorite things about what I'm doing. And then coming up with some solutions, and hopefully I can share that and teach other people to do it, you know, that kind of thing.
Right.
I do like teaching, so whatever that means.
Anonymous Flash says, I went blind from my eye from eye strain, from drawing, sculpting, painting for a few days and little sleep.
Should have took the Sabbath. No, but that's a sincere concern, because when you're always looking at something and that's 10 inches away from your face, yeah, your eyes are going to pay for it. So
Right.
that's a discipline, just getting away from the table, you know, and looking outside at things that are far away.
Yeah, that's what I mean about discipline. I don't mean like when I said earlier, like we were talking about Matt for a minute. I don't mean that he's undisciplined. I'm saying it's a it's a discipline thing, and when you recognizing when you have being aware, self-aware, and understanding, you know, what needs to be done and where it can stop. Low battery, that gotta stop. And then and being prepared to just make the move to say, okay, I need to adjust and stop doing that for now, for a little while at least.
Right.
Good questions, guys. Keep them coming.
Opdog makes a statement. He says, art is just man trying to emulate God's work.
That's probably true.
Yep.
Yeah.
The gift of creativity is the gift of the divine.
Yeah, we're imitators. It's like when we were kids and we were imitating our dads or our moms. That's what we were doing. We were, I want to try that.
Mm-hmm.
That looks like fun. I've said this before. It sounds a little corny, but I really feel like art is like 3 steps away from the divine. The act of creation is so satisfying. I think that's what drives a lot of it. I don't know if you're even really a workaholic. You may be, Mike, but I think it's just that we enjoy this so much, right? When it looks cool, you're like, oh, it worked. That's what I mean. Like, oh man, that was a good. That worked out the way I had planned. Oh, it doesn't get better than that. That feeling is like, oh yeah, that's a cool look.
Yeah, the accomplishment, the achievement.
Yeah. It's like, oh, that's dope, man. I wasn't expecting that to be as good as it could be, or when you discover something along the way that's like a happy accident, like, oh yeah, that's cool. That really did pan out. But there is a point of diminishing return physically too, like Mike was saying. I'm like that. I work a lot on Sundays, but some of it I just, you know, again, I'm waiting for that. I'm that mad scientist, you know, waiting to see how's this going to turn out, you know. Or sometimes for me, it's about the really it's I'm racing against myself half the time. I'm always stacking on top of what but that comes from the culture I come from, you know, like in the art community where I grew up in graphic design. You know, we were trained to look at and emulate styles and look at that stuff. So that's one of the reasons why I have so many different looks. But one of the things that I'm doing now is, especially as I'm working through Dim Kicker, is I'm pausing on some of that and going, like, okay, this is where I need to start focusing on a look that I can employ all the time and build on that, you know. Mm-hmm. Interesting things happening in the in Jerkmonger universe here. It's a good thing, you know. It's a good thing. Some good growth is happening. I'm excited about it.
Ask the Sabbath question.
I think I missed it.
How dare you?
Sorry. I'm listening to Ellie. He's got me. His sweet voice has got me dazing.
I know. It happens every time.
Let's see, Mike, is it at the top? You're asking people to chat to ask a Sabbath question.
Any plus ultra asked something, said I thought the Sabbath was Old Testament. It's still a moral law, right? The moral laws that Christ fulfilled the law doesn't make the morality of the laws less moral.
Is that a moral issue though, you think? Or is it more of it's good for us to do these things?
I think it's a choice. You can do it if you want to, because there was a debate about all the Gentiles to the laws of the Jews.
Right. Well, it said not to judge a man on what Sabbath he keeps.
Right. And the food he eats.
Right. But I mean, it was Christ who said the Sabbath was made for man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So he was taking it away from the legalism of it. But the point of it is still there. It's that we do need to rest, just like the land needed to rest. We need to rest too.
He said, what's he said? I am Lord over the Sabbath.
Setting aside a day for him. I know you're supposed to, every day should be your, you should be worshiping and all that stuff. But
That's why I told my wife, like, we have to, people take meditation and they think it's wrong and it's evil, but to my wife, it's not wrong, it's not evil when you meditate on the Lord. There are many people in the Bible that meditated on God.
Yeah. It commands you meditate on the word.
Mike, you got a member?
Blaze Midtown Art, welcome to the channel, new member. Thank you for joining.
Right on. Yeah, I guess I'm curious about the, what the definition of moral law is in that regard. But you were.
Yeah, I might have misspoke. It's.
No. It's okay. I'm sure that's the right definition for what you're saying. I'm just saying that my argument or my case was really that it's not so much that if you look at everything as legalism, then you might look at that and say, oh, that it's not necessary in a sense, but it is healthy for us. It's in our best interest. The law, it's like I argued before, the residential zone 20-mile-an-hour speed limit is not designed to ruin your party. It's designed to keep everybody healthy and alive and safe. Right. So we don't say, oh, stupid law, I want to drive 50 in the residential zone. It's my right. Well, yeah, if you did that, sure, but you're probably going to kill someone along the way. So. Right. That in that regard, and I guess if that's a moral, I mean that's what you mean by moral. I'm and by the way, I'm not arguing against this. I don't know. I'm just curious. I was interesting definition to use for it. But that's
I think it might be a ritual law, but as all the ritual laws were, they had purpose.
Right.
Wash your metal pots after you cook meat in them. There's a purpose to that, right? You don't want to get. Well, you don't want to get sick, but they didn't know what germs were. They didn't know what microbes were, right?
Yeah.
And, same thing with the Sabbath. It's like there's a purpose for it. It's to keep us refreshed. And honestly, I mean, I look forward to Sunday, taking the time off because it is a Sabbath and we used to go to church.
Yeah, there used to be the old days when people went to church.
I look forward to Monday, right? It's like because I want to work.
You're also refreshed to do it too, right? So you
refreshed. That's right.
Yeah. And
this little dent in my finger that comes from my pens goes away a little bit.
Yeah. That's right. That's true.
The dent
all the time now.
Everybody.
In battle wounds.
Yeah, so I think if you look at it as like an Old Testament, New Testament, then you miss the purpose of it, which was to protect you, not to harm you.
Mm-hmm.
Blase Mitan says, "You guys are awesome. You are awesome. How'd you stumble upon this channel? Since you are new, I don't remember your name from anywhere else. It'd be funny if I was still getting people from Ethan's. Not that Ethan. The other Ethan.
One of us. Jiminy Cricket says that too. Your new member. Browsing comic stuff. That's what he said, Mike.
Oh yeah?
Or she. Yeah, she or he said browsing my comic stuff.
Hang on. Right on. What were you browsing right before us? No, just so I'm done with this page. I got all those books coming. That means I have to clear out all this stuff in the garage tomorrow. Such a pain.
Is it coming out tomorrow?
It's coming in on Monday, which means that garage has to be cleaned tomorrow. Guess what you're helping me with tomorrow, Isaac?
I don't know.
He's gonna watch you, Mike. So children do. They watch their parents work.
Tomorrow is the day of rest. We shall
All
be making crap out of the
I remember
garage.
my dad used to go to work, and once he used to go to work, I used to take out his radio and I used to take it all apart and then rebuild it back together. Just because I want to see what made it tick on the inside.
Yeah, I used to do that crap.
Looking good, guys. Looking good.
Muchos gracias.
Like right now, I'm feeling my fingers are cramping.
Hmm.
Like, whoa. Let's put that down, boy. Put it down, boy.
My brother says Slater, Critias, Blacklist Universe, and Elliot. Good night.
Good night. Who does that Bigfoot comment? He mentioned you. That is Doug Tenaple, creator of Earthworm Jim, if you are old enough to remember that. Earthworm Jim. I was getting hungry again, darn it.
Stay safe, Snarky.
Word.
Good night, Weezer.
How dare you call him a Weezer?
That's his name.
Yeah.
On a beanbag? What is that squeaking?
Oh, that's the chair I'm on. It's like this pleather chair, and whenever I move, just makes all these.
Sitting in a beanbag or something.
Yeah, I try to stay still.
That's the best fake answer I've ever heard in my life. That was really Taco Bell, just be honest.
Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Isn't that what it's called? Pleather? Pretty sure it's called.
Pleather?
It might actually be leather, but what's that called? Like bonded leather? No, that's just for books, huh?
Yeah, this is like, was it polyester or plastic, whatever it is?
Yeah, we'll just call it fake.
Yeah. Ray Rochagier says he farted like Joe Biden did in that video live. Was that video real? I mean, did he really fart?
I've heard it. I didn't see the video, so I can't really say.
Because it kind of sounded like somebody did it by mouth or through a whoopee cushion and just squeezed it and looped it over.
Well,
But then you got the interviewer's face kind of like,
really,
like shock that he just farted on a live interview.
Needs commercial. Oh boy.
Yeah.
I know. I am weak.
Weak.
It's real. You can see the interviewer react to it. Says right.
Hmm.
Oh, like that too
Look
much.
at all the backgrounds I put in this thing. Look at this. It's just chock full of people and buildings. And that's just 2 panels.
No, Mike. You told us you like to draw many, many characters on one page. I will not let you complain about this. Not this one.
I'm not complaining. I'm pointing it out.
I'm just bothering Mike.
I am just.
Oh, I'm just trolling you, man.
I'm showing you how much work I've put into this page already.
Looks good though. Looks real good.
Thank you. There you go.
Almost not like Bane there. So that Joker movie, huh? It's like a prophecy. It's like a prophetic movie. How many times Hollywood has done that? Hollywood has done many prophetic movies. And I won't say prophetic,
Hmm.
It's just they got it right a few times.
Like they knew it was coming.
Yeah, I wonder how they knew that.
Soros.
The Simpsons.
Thank you,
Simpsons did it.
I know. What is the deal with the Simpsons? How do they do that? Just that's weird, man. That's
What's
the
that?
most accurately prophetic stuff since the
What
Bible.
What they predict?
It's weird. Did you see the video of like Trump coming down the?
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen
The
that.
escalator.
So bizarre.
I know.
And then what's the one with the Twin Towers?
Yeah.
I think it's because they're
And
just
the know.
identifying patterns, and they just this is.
That's why his other show was Futurama.
I don't know. I'm watching Fringe now,
Oh yeah.
and I'm stoked. I love that show. I love all that kind of stuff. So I'm like,
discovered Friend.
huh?
You just discovered it.
Yeah. Well, I've seen it before. I'm not really watching. Like I'm not watching but I'm listening to the story more than anything.
Yeah.
And man, I'm so impressed, man, at how smart that show is. I did hear that it gets a little weird towards the end of the seasons, but
Yeah.
I don't care. I'm enjoying the ride right now. I need something like that in my life. Those are fun. And it's funny how they talk about the pattern. And they, there was on that show, there was a discussion about a particular virus and what it would do. And I'm like, whoa, that was interesting. And something similar to what you guys are just saying about The Simpsons. Like they brought up some stuff that I was like, okay. Wasn't expecting that to be an actual thing to consider, but thanks a lot for, I'm like 10 years too late, but thank you, Fringe.
Yeah, I actually ended up watching Fringe because I got assigned to do the comic book.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Did you make the girl look like the girl? Were you close enough to it?
I'm trying to remember if the girl was in any of the pages.
Huh?
I remember I had to draw. Yeah, I did have to do her. I wonder if I don't remember if I got her very accurate.
She's beautiful.
I tried. I got Walter good.
And man, that you know what? I like that show, and I also like Blacklist. And I almost want to. I would love to see the guy. What's his name from Blacklist?
Spader.
Yeah, James Spader, having his character on Blacklist have a conversation with the scientist from Fringe.
I only ever watched the first episode of Blacklist. I need to watch that.
Oh, it's good. I really like. Well, I liked it up to. I think I haven't, for a variety of reasons, I could never catch anything past like the third season, I think, or fourth season. So I don't recall how everything goes out, but I know I enjoyed watching it at the time. So I would love to continue the trend if I could. But I'm just putting it out in the background, and actually that kind of helps because if I have to watch it, then I'm fully engaged and I can't continue working. But I almost learn a little more from the story if I'm just listening because I'm not mesmerized by a particular visual or something. I do that a lot now when I'm looking for some kind of noise or something to keep me entertained while I'm working. I'll just put on something in the background that I've seen a million times, like Raiders of the Lost Ark or Back to the Future.
Yep. I
can almost repeat the lines, This is fun. It's fun. I enjoy that. All right. I'm not sure if I'm enjoying this though, but it's working, I guess. Sort of.
There's 3 and it's superpower. And then
I try to binge watch Flash. I was trying to catch up on Flash on CW. I had to stop completely. I hated it. If he said one more time, "I'm doing it all for love," jump into the screen and punch Flash in the face.
Oh, please don't tell Blaze to go watch SWC and Comic Book Hut.
Who?
Don't. There's comic streams, and then there's streams that talk about a bunch of comic book internal drama, and that's all those guys have been doing lately. So
Save your time.
don't point them. Point them to some good comic streams. Like Zach still does comics all the time.
Dude, do you watch Cartoon Kayfabe?
No.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Those guys, they're I think one of them went to Qbert. I don't know if the other guy did, but I think, Mike, you should look at them and really appreciate where they're coming from. It's pretty cool. They started out by doing like reviews of old Wizard magazines, but they're almost like comic book historians. They're so good at it, and not so much comic book historians. They're big comic art historians. Excellent stuff. Very, very cool.
Oh yeah, comic historian. That's another good one. If you like to listen to people talk about the comics.
Yeah, I think you would dig that show, Mike. You would dig it.
I think I can take oil.
I should check it out.
See if it's been raining.
It's so funny. I'm trying to think of if any of the old guys talk about comics anymore, and they really don't, do they?
No, it's not really the topic they're interested in.
So yeah, comic historian still talks about comics. Nerdette's newsstand still talks about comics. Of course, she's also does a lot of pop culture stuff too.
I like her. She's cool.
Rawrist talks about comics here and there. Yeah, Nerdette's great. I'm gonna try to work her into the marketing plan on this. She's already down with it, so I told her what it was. She's very excited.
What about have you talked to oh my gosh, I'm drawing a blank. I better shut up before I get in trouble. There's a few people I'm like, I wonder how they're doing. I haven't talked to them in a while. That happens when you're off Twitter long enough.
Yeah.
That person's still alive?
Who is Calliope? Nerdette is a chicken. No, she's not. How dare you?
I like her. I think she's
Calliope's disgusting.
She's cool people.
Kevin Sharp's Dragon Guard. Oh yeah, there's lots of artists. If you want to just watch people draw, Kevin Sharp, Gary Shipman, Brian Shearer.
Yeah. Brian Shearer is real good.
Who else does Todd Knock? Aaron Lopresti. Hope you're writing these down. There's a lot of comic book artists. Walden Wong, he's an inker. There's just a lot of guys who they don't do a lot of comic stuff, even though they're comic people. They're just trying to build their audiences, doing other stuff. So,
whatever you want to watch, but we're not all the same. It's all good though.
No, I'm just trying to give her suggestions.
Yeah. No. I'm adding to what you said. To the. Have you ever watched? There's a few guys. Well, they're like concept artists too. I like. I don't know if any of us knows who he is personally, but Pixel. Oh gosh, Pixel. Oh, it's got a weird name. I follow him on Instagram. He's this dude up in Canada. He's a teacher, and when I first went, I was like, he looks a little funny. But then the more I watch it, oh no, he's just a little. He likes to keep things real chill and calm. And oh man, what's that guy's name? I'm hoping somebody in the chat will know it. Pixelitis or Pixelopolis or something weird like that. Or is it Acid Pixel? I don't know. Anyway, that's a great one. He does a lot of like book reviews of art books.
That Pixel Trader?
No.
No. No, I'm trying to think. Oh, well, it doesn't matter, I guess. But anyway, good luck.
Good.
Who else of us still does actually drawing streams and stuff? Oh,
Gary Shipman does them.
Illustration by design. I already mentioned Gary. Illustration by design, Jiminy Cricket.
Okay, yeah.
Matt Weldon.
Does
He does time lapse drawing stuff. He says once he gets over 1,000 subs, he's going to do live streams.
yeah, Matt Wellman's real good. I recommend that too.
Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. Definitely. Check that one out. Doug is inking constantly. He is. Comes in a blue moon, he comes in here. But he's East Coast and he's old, so he doesn't stay up as late as we do.
I'm old too. I feel it every day. I feel it every day, Michael.
Me plus Ultra. You are also new here. Where are you from?
Enough questions.
No, I must know where everybody is coming from. It is important. I will tell Doug that he sent somebody over by mentioning me.
I look, a person's right there. I said, look. It's like driving by me.
Everything is going on.
What?
What?
I, do not remember, I don't recall that name. Is that a new name? Me plus.
Is there something?
Go to it.
Am I getting old?
You're,
Am I forgetful?
you're already old.
Do you remember that name?
What?
Me plus Ultra.
No.
Huh?
I don't know what that is. You stumped me. I'm stymied.
Elliot doesn't know either.
I don't know.
You too. Poor old Mike. Hey, man.
Have used people on.
Look as good as I am when you're 900 years old.
Oh, I wasn't expecting that. That's a meme right there. That's a video thing.
Can you close the door so that I don't have to listen to the vacuuming while I'm live streaming? That'd be great.
Enough vacuuming. Max's head's in the way.
After these messages, we'll be right back. Every once in a while, that little song pops in my head. I feel like I'm Mel Gibson in that movie.
Mel's a scientist song.
Conspiracy Theory.
Wait, what?
Remember in Conspiracy Theory? Every time he saw Catcher in the Rye, he had to buy it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, every time I'm working,
Those are
inevitably this song pops up in my head from the old cartoon. After these messages, we'll be right back, and I can't stop it. It's just it's very frustrating, very annoying. And thank you very much. Thank you, childhood.
Me plus said that they're a long time lurker, rarely ever chime in. All right.
Cool.
All right. Well, sorry if I forget you next time because you haven't chimed in so long. Then I do apologize for that future occurrence as well.
He said, "That's the way you need it." I think I'm getting happy. I got a song in my heart again.
Did Critias actually fall asleep?
Nah, just playing with you, Mike. Just playing.
Chris
Oh yeah,
snoring as
I
if
can't-
we're boring when he hasn't been reading it.
I can't control, Mike.
Whatever, man. That's my job.
God is turning my sorrow into dancing.
It's the best way to do it, Elliot.
I didn't do it. It's him.
Turning my water into wine.
Oh, that's pretty good. Better than Mike's.
Excuse me.
Battle of the Planets for DQ, please,
Ooh.
and get Hoang on that episode.
Actually, I think I'm putting DQ off during fulfillment. If somebody else wants to host it,
Let's be honest, Mike got tired of losing, so he
What's
got to
that?
postpone DQ.
I won the last DQ. Oh, so maybe that's it. I just want to go out on a win for a while.
The game is rigged.
What?
I think it's I need to take the break so I can stay busy, but
Elliot, do you want to host DNQ?
no.
Damn it.
I don't. No. Oh,
Come on, young man.
I'm breaking my rules all the time now. I'm always online with you now. Look at me. Look at me.
You've got nothing.
I know. Well,
What happened?
I'm here to help you be
Stop
online.
being a rebel.
What happened to my resolve?
I dissolved it.
No, that's not working out. See, I didn't want to add. Oh, this is what happens when you start adding shading. Stupid shading.
Wait, Tula says let Jimmy host it.
Jiminy. Jimmy's
Oh, sorry,
channel.
Jiminy.
I'm gonna try to get
Yeah,
the biggest channel I can. So I'm gonna have to ask somebody a little bit bigger than Jiminy.
Yeah, dude, don't ask me. Most of my people left.
They bugged out.
Like, what's a jerkmonger? Peace out.
You know why? Because you don't do the walk-in streams anymore.
Yeah, well, you know what? I'll be honest with you, man. I'm happier since I stopped streaming as much. But that said, I am trying to. So streaming for me is more purposeful since I'm trying to build the business, and
Right.
as far as like trying to figure out some of this. So one of the things we're doing is I'm going to be doing more drawing of June Kicker on the live streams. They've really changed Instagram quite a bit, man. Like I was surprised. So I'm going to do it more so I can try to sell it. It's been selling. It boosted up, bumped up another couple of sales yesterday. So it's not super fast, but it's steady. And I'm like, well, this is the perfect time. I don't know if anybody knows about this either. Some people responded, but I put out an update yesterday, I believe, or the day before. And well, now it's Sunday, so it was the day before. But I'm going to be doing a digital tier. I raised it up. I just got to create a graphic for it. And I got a response that was real positive. Like, man, thanks for doing a digital, because I'm starting to build a collection of it. He already bought it. So whoever already bought the book, they get it free. They don't have to pay for it. But for those of people who are trying to make it make sense for a different crowd, different audience,
Yeah.
And so I'm not trying to do anything else, but I want people to enjoy it and discover it, But it's going to be, what I decided to do with it was not make it the exact same book, so it will not contain any of the back matter. It'll just be the core book. And then eventually, if I decide to, if I ever decide I want to re-release it, it might be a different version, but it'll be a different price as well. So I just want to try to like make it easy for people to get in who've never heard of that. Or I was impressed to hear how many people we've been talking about how many people in different other situations that they're like, I've never read a comic, but this is cool. So I'm like, I want those guys to get involved.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful for everyone that's been participating. So hopefully when time comes, I'll make sure everybody gets their copy in an email. I gotta find a way to do that too.
You can get Elliot's book at Doom Kicker on Indiegogo.
That's right.
You can just follow that ticker down below for my book, Lone Star. I'll be getting those in on Monday, so I would hopefully have some of them shipped out by Tuesday. And I'm closing the campaign on Monday, so any orders between now and then, they will also come with the free digital copies of all 3 titles.
What?
And for those who don't know, I got Lone Star 3, so hit me up my DMs, $5 a piece.
Him, please.
Oh, Critias. Oh, Critias.
Yeah, I'll tell you what happened to me as a kid. I was like 12 years old, and this guy's like, I got that X-Men movie, man. You give me $5, we'll get it for you on VHS. And I was like, yeah, all right. I gave him $5, and I never seen the guy again.
Critics is trying to explain to us how he's a sucker.
No, I was a kid, Mike. You live and you learn.
Whatever, sucker.
And I forget that day, man. I took my $5. That was my chips, my money for chips and soda.
Man, when I was a kid, you remember when we were kids, you used to buy go to the grocery store and buy Now-Laters?
Oh yeah, and Jolly Ranchers.
Oh yeah, dude, that was awesome.
And the Swedish fishes too.
You know what
Those will be on fire next time, but
you remember Chico sticks?
yeah, I remember those.
Oh, I love those things. And Charleston Chews.
Oh, Frozen.
Oh,
Yeah.
Sing my song, dog. Oh.
What was the other one too? There was another one, right? It was like a chocolate wrap, dark chocolate wrapper. It was like Charleston Chew was another name brand. Peanut Chew.
I don't remember that one so much. I wasn't big on peanuts, but I did enjoy Paydays.
Paydays are good.
The peanut one or Babe Ruth too. I really like those. Something about I like peanut butter a lot. So, but for some reason, if it was just nuts, I was like, no, I'm a chocolate fiend. I love chocolate. It's not good for me, but I love it.
How about the Snickers ice cream? Oh, I love those things.
Oh, dude, that is exquisite. No, it's not. When I stopped eating a bunch of sweets for a while and then I tried it again, I could taste that it wasn't as strong. But compared to other types of like mass-produced chocolate stuff, ice cream, that is really good.
Yeah.
I have to give you props.
Yeah, boy.
Stupid. There's some good stuff happening here. I might start over, but
how about blow pops? Oh man, I used to buy a whole bag full of blow pops.
What's your favorite?
Watermelon.
Watermelon, and for me, sour apple was also that.
Sour apple too. Yeah, definitely. Sour apple's good. And then you remember the now that I mentioned watermelon, there was another candy too that was in the shape of watermelon, and it's come like red and green.
Oh, it does sound familiar. I don't remember now though.
Man, those were good.
That I used to love that, and cherry chans and lemon heads.
Lemon heads. Oh yeah.
Love that stuff, bro.
When candy was good.
That's back when sugar wasn't going to kill me. Now I'm slowly dying.
Little did you know.
What'd you call me?
Little?
He called you little. Oh my goodness.
First of all, thank you. I miss being little.
He's little in the middle, but he got much back.
That's exactly what I tell my kids. I tell my kids, don't rush to grow up, man. You guys don't know what you're asking for when you become an adult.
You get fat and greasy.
Boy, you just stepped right on that.
Ray Tula says, I'm old enough to remember them being called Cherry Clan.
Whoa.
Hey now.
Really? Was it ever really a name? Why did they change it?
Because they spelled clan with a K.
Did they?
Mike is trolling you, man.
Terrible idea.
You remember sixlets?
Oh yes, I love these.
Sixlets.
They're not even really chocolate, right? They're like a little narrow package with a row of little
chocolate balls. Yeah.
No other way to say it. There's something about it.
Yeah, about it. How about Toffee Faye, dude? Toffee Faye is the bomb.
Who?
You never had Toffee Faye?
I don't. That doesn't sound familiar. But I did enjoy Mary Jane's, which always made me.
Oh yeah.
I always felt guilty because I felt like I was doing marijuana. It's true. It's true.
What do you got in your hand, Elliot? It's nothing.
So let me tell you the story. So one of my other favorite candies of all time was Super Bubble.
Yeah.
Right? Super Bubble Gum.
Yeah, yellow wrapping.
No, the ones that were like in white wrapping. Anyway, let me tell you a story. So when I was like 6 years, no, I was older than that. I was like 10 years old or whatever. On Sunday mornings, we would go to this church in the Bronx where I would go, and it was right down in the corner, real close to where the church was. But it was so much so what I would do, all the kids did it. After Sunday school, we'd all rush over there with our quarters so we could buy a bag of chips. And some of us, if we were really good, we'd get money for a Cuban sandwich, or I didn't call them Cubans. They were heroes or whatever, right? Love those things. Anyway, I was blown away by the this super bubble gum that was so large. The gum was bigger than my face. So I'm like, oh man, I want to chew this so bad, but I can't chew it in church. So I decided I'm going to sneak it. I bought 3 of them or 4 of them. My mouth was full of sour apple bubble gum. I could barely keep my mouth closed. My mom looks at me and goes, "Hey, Elliot, what are you eating?" Oh, I loved it so much. It was my favorite candy at the time. Anyway, but that was I got in trouble a lot when I was a kid.
Put under the church chairs when you're done with it.
Lo banco. We used to have the bancos.
Yeah. Well, not what. I guess in Spanish churches we used to have those separate chairs.
It depends on what kind of church.
Yeah.
So some churches have different things.
The hardwood chairs you sit down, like you said, like the bancos, like benches.
All I know is that my church was haunted. That's all I know. I'm surprised no one's asking why.
I'm getting there. I'm just trying to figure out if you mean the Holy Spirit.
No, I would go. So all the kids would there was also a basement, and all the kids would hang out in the basement on Sunday morning, on Sunday after, like Sunday school, we'd go down there, or usually during the week when there was like youth group or something like that. But I was way young. I was really young. And but if you had to go to church on a Tuesday or something, and you were just praying that one of your friends would be there to hang out with you. So I get there one time and I'm like, oh man, there's nobody there. So I thought, I don't want to be up here. Everybody's talking Spanish. I'll go downstairs. While I'm downstairs, I just get this weird feeling. I start going downstairs. It was like one of those ghost shows. I wish I had an EVP thing. I could tell you. I know I would get something. I know I'd get some kind of hint.
You're like, hey,
Elliot. Yeah. It was you. It was you all along. Yeah. The good old days.
But what happened, man? What scared you?
Nothing. It's just, what I think it was? Because there was this light. The wiring in that building was not great. It was New York in the 80s. It's late 70s, early 80s, right? So I think what it was is there was a lot of wiring, and they say that when you're around a lot of electricity, that the electromagnetic field kind of throws off your, can make you anxious.
Gives you cancer too.
Well, there you go. So it probably was that. And maybe it was early cancer. But thanks, Mike, for scaring me in the whole other way.
The more you know.
I'm here to help.
No, it was just I was going down the stairs, and I just really knew that there was something at the doorway, and I was not going to go down there anymore. And I'll never forget that. That was a creepy time, but it was cool. As long as people were there, I didn't care. But
You ever had one of those dolls from your family members when you was a kid?
What doll?
Those dolls that usually there's always a boy. Coming up in a Spanish family, there's always that the barons that they get scared of the sisters' dolls.
Yeah, I remember the marionettes.
Oh, no.
Yeah, in Puerto Rico, it was freaky, bro.
You remember the parents used to put those in the refrigerator? Used to put those magnets with the different masquerade faces. I don't know what I'm talking about. It's like
you, man.
They were like masquerade faces. And they put them up on the fridge. It's like on the magnets, and that used to get to me all the time.
No, that was just you.
Mike.
No, so did you know that when they started putting electricity, they started electrifying cities, cancer rates started skyrocketing. Like people in the country never got cancer. People in towns that didn't have electricity never got cancer. And then they started electrifying every place, and every place they started putting electricity, cancer started showing up.
Well, I have that problem, and I used to play with lead paint chips.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it's game over, bro. Game freaking over. I'm done.
Might as well stick a fork into the outlet, Elliot.
Yeah, my grandmother lived in the projects, so we would go there all the time, hang out. Sure enough, this was fun. It was like, remember when you used to put glue in your hand and peel it?
Yeah.
I still do that from time to time.
I did that the other day. I did that like 2 weeks ago in front of my kids. It's like, guys, you know, he's doing. He's young. I just put the glue in my hand, my palm, and I put like a batch, and I just let it dry. I blew on it, and I just peeled it off.
No.
No, my little one got grossed out because she thought it was dead skin.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. I used to take. I discovered when I was a kid that alcohol burned differently than normal other fluids that are flammable. So I would like hide out in the bathroom and just start like pouring alcohol in the sink, because a porcelain sink, so it never got burned. I would just light that junk on fire, dude. But one time I made a mistake and I had some toilet paper in there and it caught fire. I was almost responsible for the fire of 1976 or something like that. You know, that never happened.
Around the same time, I remember being a kid and putting the paper towel roll on top of the stove thing, and yeah, that caught fire real quick.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, no kidding.
So I'm not laughing at you guys. I'm laughing with you guys.
Yeah, no, it's okay. I'm already laughing at myself. I'm an idiot.
Don't laugh at me.
I couldn't believe it, man. I was like, what is? But I mean, I could believe it then. I was completely fascinated. You know, like, why would it burn blue and why is it not? Like, my buddy would take it and he'd put it. Then and then after all this stuff with everybody using the hand sanitizer, I saw this thing on YouTube, on Facebook rather, when this lady's there and she's trying to warn people about hand sanitizer, how flammable it is. I'm like, hey, yeah, it's good times. It's good time.
Awful Redneck Gaming says, moron lights himself on fire. Lights himself on fire while trying to burn down a building. Natural selection.
Yeah, it's true. Mm-hmm. That was me. I apologize.
All right. I'm done.
You're done?
I finish. Hey,
good for you. Good for you.
I am sure everybody. The page
Wait.
I'll talk about.
Wait till tomorrow. Mike can be like, oh man, I messed up in this pen. I gotta redraw it.
I will write it with this page.
Nice page.
Mike, for such a secret project, you sure show it a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, but hardly anybody can figure out what it is.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Until that one character comes out.
Comes out where?
You know, that one character you draw like 10 pages later.
The one character with the eyes, he has the eyebrow, remember?
Yeah. The eyes and the eyebrows and the stuff.
He's got that ear.
The things and the stuff.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
The guy staring off the panel.
The guy. You think that guy's head's too big?
See, tell you already. Oh, I messed up this panel. I gotta redraw it now.
That's all right. He's supposed to have a really
Who's too big? What?
holding. So
Whose head is too big? Perspective.
Any nerd who saw your cover knows what the secret project is. Mike, you shut up, right? How much longer until you announce the project? We got to get some. Colors in first. We want to have a nice batch of color stuff to promote before we do the announcement videos. Is that the secret project, Mike? Yes, it is. Martin Hess. Yes, it is. Look at that. Look at those eyes. Those are like Elliot angry eyes.
Yeah.
Those are eyes of passion.
Those jerkmonger eyes. Jerkmonger.
Yeah, I like the eyes. It has a lot of expression in them. It doesn't look like dead. It just, you can feel it.
And old. so he's wrinkly. That's why I said he's got Elliot eyes. Oh,
It's true. I'm not gonna lie.
all right. Let's see what Elliot's doing before we beg out of here.
Ooh la la.
Elliot.
Yeah, I changed it around a little bit. I'm adding a strong light source in the back to make it pop more graphically. It's a lot more complicated than I normally draw for characters with this style of coloring. So I'm like, I wonder how far I can push this.
So you said,
I did. Turns out. Yeah,
Looks nice, man. I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it a lot too. Elliot, you know what?
What's
You
that?
should draw for a living.
Huh?
You ever think about doing art for a living?
I know, right? It's true.
No, I wouldn't make it.
Then you might, Elliot. I mean, look at that skill.
I don't know, man. It's tough out there.
Tough out there for a pimp. Are you a pimp, Elliot?
And look at that guy's legs the size of my arms. on screen. I'm not talking about in real life. I'm talking about on screen. Like I could put my arms right out to his arm. To his leg.
Used to say, I used to be 400 pounds. Now look at me. He's like your size. Since I married your aunt, this is what happened to me. I used to crack up at that dad jokes.
Noise out there. All right. Well, this is me. And that's Elliot. Elliot Jerkmonger. Follow him at
Elliot Fernandez _art over on Instagram. I do have a few videos here on YouTube under Jerkmonger, or you can follow me on Instagram also at Jerkmonger Animated or Jerkmonger Illustrated.
There you go. And you can back his book once again at Doom Kicker on Go.
That's what's up.
Yes. How do people follow you, my bro?
Just don't. Twitter is hell. Don't come to Twitter. Stay off of it. Just don't. Don't do it.
Don't do
Excellent promotion. Like, subscribe, share. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Blase. Is it Blase or is it Bliaz? For becoming the latest member of the channel. Bam. Fantastic. God bless everybody. I'll see you on Monday when I am turning off Lone Star. So get to lonestarcomic.com. Get yourself some of my comic books before I make it impossible for you to do so.
Later, everybody.
Don't bother following me on Twitter, please. Although here, let me do a quick invite. Copy, pasting the invite to the Discord in the chat. So get on out. Get on up. Say good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night. Aloha.
That's it. That's all we got.
There's nothing gay about it.
All night. We almost made it through the whole night.
Almost made it through the whole night.
Very well. We'll do it the hard way.
All right, we out of here, guys. Peace out.
Later, Mike. Later, Elliot.